Fight, 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 fight.
Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I'm your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. What's going on, guys? How are you doing today? How's it going? I'm early and actually straight. Well, jury's out on all of that. Oh my goodness. I'm just opening up this nice bottle of Propel. This stream is not brought to you by Propel, but I'm going to drink it anyway. Wonder if my microphone would pick up all the swallowing sounds. Probably not. Take off that shirt? What, you don't like my my vintage Red Hot Chili Peppers shirt that I got from Target for like $8? Rude. Rude. Where's my mic supposed to be? Oh my gosh. Not a new mic, it's the same mic. You just see more of it today for some reason. I don't know. Who knows? Angry Baneling, no, it's not carbonated water, but it's flavored. It's flavored. Name 5 Peppers albums. No. Californication. The one with Under the Bridge. That's about it. That's what I got. Oh boy. So what's I'm like lost. I don't even know what to do tonight. Phoenix says, I thought you hated SodaStream shit. This is not SodaStream. It's a flavored water. It's like a Gatorade, but it's clear. So it's less racist. And it has electrolytes. It's what plants crave. Listen. Oh, yeah. Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic. That's right. That was one of their album titles. I don't remember. Let's see. They had that What I Got, You Gotta Get It, Put It In You song. And they had Under the Bridge. I liked those. They had the song on the Beavis and Butthead soundtrack. What was it? Which was a remake of like a 70s song. I can't remember what that was called, though, or how it goes. My brain's kind of broke. But, yeah, it was, I like the Chili Peppers fine, but I'm not like a super fan. But I like, Target has these nice shirts. They're soft, and they're not super expensive, and they fit well. Roller Coaster! That's right. That's right. Okay, now it's coming back. Roller coaster. Oh boy. So anyway, what's up, guys? How are you doing? I hope everything's going well for all of you. We've got some stuff to talk about today, I guess. I don't have a lot to talk about today. We may end up finishing early and doing a couple movies tonight. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how things go. I do have some stories to talk about. We've got AOC, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. She has been to war. She's in therapy. For her PTSD. I mean, I say she's been to war, like basically or whatever. She's been to war pretty much. So, we're going to have to, I mean, I guess we gotta respect her not stolen valor, her definite real war experience that she has. We're going to talk about that. Michigan has some fines. Those fines are those fines are a thing, I guess. And people got them for the health pandemic thing. They got a fine for violating the public health order. And Republicans are firing back a little bit at Gretchen Whitmer from the Michigan Legislature. Probably not going to go anywhere because Whitmer would have to sign it. But it'll be fun. We'll take a look at it. This is what we want Republican legislatures to do when they don't have the power to actually do something. We still want them to do things. So we'll talk about that. Apparently being white is great. Which I've never really had a problem with it, I guess. So I don't know, but someone asked Chris Rufo. Are you guys familiar with Christopher Rufo? He's been reporting a lot on this critical race theory stuff across all sort of spectrum of the government, and he's starting to make it onto news shows. It's always good when someone makes it onto a news show. So Chris Rufo was asked by some media person what he likes about being white. What's great about whiteness? Because if you're talking about critical race theory, right, and you're saying, hey, maybe like don't teach the kids this critical race theory and teach them that they're bad because of their skin color that they have no control over. Like maybe don't do that necessarily because like 10, 11, and 12-year-olds don't really understand the power and privilege argument, and they don't see the world like a jaded Zoomer on Twitter who's in perpetual soy face and is buying his girlfriend's boyfriend little puppies or whatever. Like they're not like that because they're literally just fucking kids, and you have to indoctrinate them to make them horrible people the way that they're trying to do. And so like when a 12-year-old kid is out like with their friends and it's like 15 different colors of the ethnic rainbow happening, they don't actually care. Like they don't even notice. They don't see it. Like they see that people have different skin colors and stuff, but it doesn't matter to them. They have to be taught somehow that matters in some way. And so what schools are doing with teaching critical race theory is teaching them the white ones that their whiteness is what makes them bad, and they're teaching the non-white ones that their friend's whiteness is why their friend can never be their friend. And that's a thing that's being taught to children via critical race theory. And a 12-year-old doesn't need to find out that they're bad because of their skin color. Just wait till they pay you to tell them that in college. Just wait till then. Be patient. Just be patient. You've indoctrinated every kid ever that they have to go to college to survive and succeed in the world already. So chances are you're going to get the opportunity to tell them that they're bad because they're white, and they'll listen to you because they're actually paying to listen to you. You know this insidious path, but they're worried that like some of the kids who are in inner city schools, like they're worried that they won't go to college. And so they've got to tell them about the evil of whiteness already. So we're going to talk about being white, I guess, and whiteness. I don't know. I didn't know how to fit it into the title, but that's the basic topic. It's this Christopher Rufo thing, and you know he reported another thing today, and it was about these Lockheed Martin defense contractors for the United States having to go and do a training program on why they were bad because they were white. Like it's all over the place. So yeah. So that's, you know, this is the stuff with the Chris Rufo thing. And am I crazy? Like, are they trying to make Army of the Dead or whatever? Are they trying to make that like an event, a thing? Like, did they not realize that it wasn't really a thing? So like, cause I am getting so many Zack Snyder articles right now about how fucking cool Zack Snyder is. And I'm like, it's everywhere. All of the major, all of the nerd publications are just dumping articles on Zack Snyder. Like, oh, Zack Snyder was the buffest motherfucker on the set of 300. All those ripped up dudes couldn't even keep up with Zack Snyder. He's so cool. Chad Alpha Zack. And then I get like 5 Zack Snyder articles a day. It's insane. So that's the new thing, I guess. Cause yeah, didn't I just talk about a Zack Snyder thing yesterday? Where he was it was either yesterday or the day before, he had a script that he was pitching to Amy Adams to make a female version of The Wrestler or whatever. Now they're literally just writing anything they can about Zack Snyder. It's a marketing press. It's a marketing press where they're flooding. They're trying to flood the publications, the trade publications in the nerd space with Zack Snyder stuff to push. Obviously, that'll push Army of the Dead. Like, that's an idea. So that's a thing. That's a thing that's going on. And then there's this other one called Making Fat Mads Mad. There's actually a fat mad in the chat right now. I see him. He's such a fucking whiner. It's great. I don't know why. Don't know why. But he's here. He's here. So hi, you know who you are, fat mad. But I've made some fat mads mad today. And yesterday, apparently. So I guess that's a thing. So we'll talk about that a little bit too. Kill Notes saw Army of the Dead, does not recommend. Did you know, because there was a whole article about it, that Zack Snyder confirmed that the zombies in Army of the Dead reproduce? They have babies by having sex with each other. There's zombie sex implied in Army of the Dead. So just so you know, that's how they're reproducing in Army of the Dead. Zack Snyder told me in an article that was entirely dedicated to the topic of zombies having sex in Army of the Dead. It is, I am not even kidding, like how much they are trying to just shove Zack Snyder stuff down the gullets of the American people. They're like, please watch the movie. We spent so much on the movie. Oh yeah. The one guy, Chris D'Elia, he was in the movie, and then it turned out that he got Me Too'd. I don't know if it's a correct Me Too or not. I think it was. I think there was a lot of evidence, but I don't know. Whatever. Turns out Chris D'Elia got canceled out of the movie. And so they had to hire someone else to do all of the scenes. Yeah, Tig Notaro. And they spent millions of dollars to digitally edit in an actor that wasn't in the movie, who didn't even meet the other actors. Like, they just recently met. Okay? So when you find out that putting Tig Notaro into the movie cost millions of dollars, and then you look up, oh, Chris D'Elia got arrested for CP, not Me Too. Well, there you go. That'll do it. Try him, convict him, and put him on the wall. But anyway, so they spent millions of dollars removing him and replacing with this other person. And then you find out that the box office estimate for Army of the Dead was $780,000. Attorney Tom, you got a guideline strike? What did you do? What did you do? Oh no. So, did you talk about Zuckerberg or something? You need to hire me? My email's open, buddy. Let's get him. Yeah, cuz who was it? Oh, Adam Krigler. Just a video about self-defense. You got a guideline strike on that? Jeez. God, that's lame. Adam Krigler got a guideline strike and is out 14 days. Boom. No uploads, no streaming. You emailed me last night? Okay, I didn't see it, but I'm also, I'm functionally disabled. I'll have to find it. Are you sure you're not important information about your Reddit account? Yeah, so anyway, Adam Krigler got a guideline strike as well. He's out for 2 weeks because he talked about Zuckerberg's vaccination stuff. And apparently you can't do that. You also can't talk about the I'm pretty sure you can't talk about the revelation that there were some researchers in Wuhan, China, that were like hospitalized for symptoms consistent with COVID back in late 2019. Remember that like whole thing that was like, no, this is fake news. It's all fake. It's fake. And it's like, well, I mean, it's a little fake. Maybe it's fake. I mean, what is even fake anyway? So that's you can't talk about that stuff though. Don't do it. The experts have given us plenty of guidance on COVID-19. You should always listen to the experts, assimilate their information, consult with your healthcare professionals, and make appropriate decisions for your own life. That's what you should do. And don't ever let anyone on YouTube tell you otherwise, because they will get a community guideline strike. So okay. Adam Krigler, like I said, he got a strike on his channel. No uploads for 14 days. Adam will be on the show tomorrow. Tomorrow night, Adam will be on the show. We'll be kicking back and chilling and talking about whatever. We'll be hanging out and having a good time. So come join us tomorrow night. That'll be great. We'll probably figure out what he said that was so bad or whatever. Ken's Counseling Couch says, any chance to get a shout out? Closing in on 300 subs on YouTube, and I'm at 430 watch hours, currently making slow progress, but progress nonetheless. Hey guys, check out Ken's Counseling Couch. That's Kiwi Farms Ken Jennings. Been on the show a couple times, and he's got some interesting stuff to say. Of course, Ken's Counseling Couch. Make sure you check him out and show him some love. I'm way too edgelord for Adam Krigler. I was on Adam's show. We had a good time. So now you can come on my show and we'll have a good time here as well. Oh gosh, we've got you need to come back and start my therapy sessions. I need to. I've got so many plans for things and I just haven't done it. But we'll do it. We'll do it. What else? So yeah, Adam Krigler's on tomorrow. Of course, there could always be Vic News tomorrow, but I'll have a guest. So since I'm going to have a guest, that increases the odds that that they'll actually issue a ruling. But I'm doubting that they're going to anyway. If they do issue a ruling, we'll probably talk about it briefly on the show with Adam, and then I'll do a full show on it the next day if by some weird chance that happens. But I really don't think so. So yeah. But we'll be covering the Vic stuff, but I just don't think Vic will be on. Attorney Tom and I we're gonna email. We're going to email. And figure something out there. What else is going on? Guy, I'm like out of it today. I'm like just in a daze. In a daze. Making fat mads mad. That was the last topic. I started to talk about it. But yes, there are some fat mads who are real mad about yesterday. And there's some fat mads who are mad about other stuff too. One really fat mad is mad, which is weird because he's a large man and he's very upset for me calling him out. But the thing is, I didn't actually call him out individually. I guess if he wants to take it upon himself to like have that mantle, that's fine. I don't really care. But I wasn't, I'm referring, of course, to PPP. PPP thinks I called him out the other day when I was bitching about people shutting down New Project 2. So then someone told him that I like called him out, but I actually didn't. I didn't call out PPP on that. And then PPP said that I did call him out and that, well, we could just play, I could play the clip. I've got the audio that I did call him out, but it wasn't him. It's like, but I didn't call you out. So if it wasn't you, I couldn't be calling you out. So I don't know. I don't know. He's such a weirdo. Such a weird guy. But whatever. We'll probably play the clip in a little bit. But again, I don't know. I don't know. So that's one of the fat mads who's mad. And then the other ones, you know, well, I had a little bit of a spicy rant yesterday. so Wolvenar, no, he wasn't behind it. It was probably Vordrak, the guy who hates Josh Moon. But I was also just talking about the shitty take that it was a money laundering scheme because it's the dumbest money laundering scheme on the planet. It's not like money laundering by having people send you credit card payments is not a good money laundering scheme in the first place. Usually for a money laundering scheme, you're using a cash-based business and you're getting this cash under the table and then you're making it legitimate through that cash-based business. So like a hairdresser or a nail salon, these are great money laundering sort of schemes because lots of people come in, low transaction amounts, they pay cash. It's hard to really track how many people are doing appointments from the outside, right? Like you may have records inside, but then you just mark down a bunch of extra appointments that you did and who's verifying the appointment. So that's how cash-based businesses launder money. It's a lot harder with credit card transactions because you know where the money's coming from. There's a record of it. It can go, you can subpoena records from credit card companies and stuff like that. It's just not a great way to do it. Laundromats are great. Yeah. Coin operated things can be good, except with inflation, they're not as good anymore. They're not as good anymore. So, but anyway, but yeah, so that's what made PPP mad. And then of course I made some random fat mad from Law Twitter extra mad too. So they're trying to cancel my YouTube channel with a very ineffective tweet. But that's that. So let's start with super chats. Before YouTube takes me down. I've only got a minute left to live. I'm joking, of course. Let's start with super chats and then we'll move in to the topics. More money laundering legal advice, please. Was the movie Casino legit for money laundering? I mean, yeah, yeah, it was. It's harder now. Okay. See, the problem, casinos have government oversight pretty heavy. Like nail salons, massage parlors. Oh yeah, he gave me a $600 tip. The ending was very happy. All right. Richard Grubber says, good evening, gentlemen. We are going to win. Yeah. I don't know what we're winning, but we are. I don't know if that's in reference to my grifting on the audit videos, but I am continuing to grift the audit video algorithm. It is a successful and proven YouTube algorithm that gets results. If you type in Maricopa audit or Arizona audit, you're gonna get a nice little boost in views. So I'm continuing to grift the audit algorithm. I might expand the grift to different state audits over the next couple days. We'll see. But yeah, it's just how it goes. It's wild. Yashken says, so I'll ask now, if the stream can get up to $15,000 on your 24-hour stream, can we get another one planned? I'm only asking so you'll be on camera. Look, if the stream is going to pay me $15,000 to do a 24-hour stream, yeah, I'd probably set another one up. But that's like so far out of bounds. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't want that to happen. That would be ridiculous. That would be ridiculous. But sure. Okay. Okay. Don't do that. Do not give me that much money. Next, we've got Wolfgang Deo says, who played the Uno reverse card? Touché, good sir. A-Wig says, just say no or set it to 20,000 or set it to 20,000. 15,000 is like so far beyond what I would even come close to making. It's not realistic at all. So I think it's an unattainable goal anyway. That would be triple the other 24-hour stream I did. And again, that's way too much money. You don't give a streamer $15,000 to do a stream. Please. Please. Oh my God. Phoenix Orm says, check your Discord. DMs you, Boomer. There's something me and Stegus are working on that needs your stamp of approval. Also, could you have a shot for Twisted Puppet? Our girl got a new job. Godspeed, mate. Oh, good. I'm glad Twisted Puppet got a new job. That's great. Sure, I'll have a shot. And I've read your DMs. I'll respond to them. Yes. Grifter King card revoked. If I give you $15K in cash for a 24-hour stream, will you refund me $5K in Monero? That sounds like money laundering. I don't even know how to buy Monero. I don't know anything about this. Excalibur, I was really close to buying a scalped 3090 the other day. But other priorities right now, man. My art tablet comes tomorrow. That's been a big one. Still waiting on my desk. To Twisted Puppet, congrats on the job. Funny Valentine 2024 says, thoughts on the Robert Barnes versus Nick Fuentes debate? I gave some thoughts yesterday, but they weren't based on the actual debate, just the concept of it. I haven't watched it. I heard it's a good debate. I heard everything was very nice and cordial, which is awesome to hear. It's good to see. This is what we need. We need people on hashtag our side or whatever. The side of liberty and freedom in general. We need us non-communists to be able to actually discuss things with productive candor. And I'm not like some gay level of super respect, that they always talk about. That's not what I'm talking about here, like the false things, but just have a discussion that's a discussion instead of like an insult slam fest. But that's what I heard. Again, I haven't watched it yet. Ziggy Mandar says Barnes blocked Nick after. I think he was upset. Maybe. I don't know. Barnes called Nick a Nazi on Twitter and blocked him right after I say that. Here I am. I'm like, oh, we got to have this nice ability to just engage each other in debate and have some stuff. It's like, oh, he called him a Nazi. And damn it. Okay. All right. Someone told me it was cordial, so I guess I was wrong. I guess that was not correct, but son of a bitch. All right. Twilight Dragon 3 says, early, what have you done with the Ricada that we all know and love, unless you're kick big? All right. Mithrin Emrys says, can we rename Memorial Day to AOC Day to honor her for her oh-so-brave sacrifices and courage under fire? She's such a strong, brave woman of color. She totes deserves it. Yes, she does. She does. It is imperative that we get this woman every medal that exists. Tina says, it's simple. Schools teach racism and hate. I know I work at a school, but not as a teacher. Oh, God, I would fillet a knife if that was the case. Paradox Effect says, zombie prawn is a great idea. Nothing like zombie dong falling off and stuff. Necrophilia has never been hotter. I already fapped to The Walking Dead, mostly during Negan scenes. Yeah, but that's the thing, though, right? I'm guessing in Army of the Dead that there's not actually any like zombie nudity or sexual intercourse happening. So what they're trying to do is make like an edge article to get to edge you into watching it, right? Like, oh yeah, just go watch the zombie movie. Oh, the slow-mo is off the charts. Go watch the zombie movie. Todd Bottom says, how can Chauvin be convicted of 3 counts for 1 death? We can, well, I've discussed it before, but you sent a super chat, so I'll do it again. It's the way Minnesota does its criminal law. So long as the counts, the individual criminal counts, are not lesser included offenses of the higher count, they can work. So basically, if the elements are different. So the elements of each of the 3 homicides that Derek Chauvin was convicted of for George Floyd are different elements. But sort of the trade-off that Minnesota has with this is you get convicted of all of the different things, but if it's all from the same event, you only serve the highest sentence, if that makes sense, because you serve all the sentences concurrently. So if you get convicted of 3 different crimes, 2 of them have 1 year in prison as the sentence, and the other one has 3 years in prison as the sentence, you'll only serve the 3-year term because you'll serve those other 2 years during the first year of the 3-year term. So it's what it does is it makes the appeal more difficult. Because if you appeal and you defeat one of the charges but not the other 2 on appeal, then you still are guilty of the other 2 charges. Where in other states where there's lesser included offenses, and so therefore you only get charged of the one ultimate crime at the end, they you defeat that on appeal, then you're out forever. Like and everything else is taken care of by double jeopardy because it has the same elements feeding into it. But Minnesota does it that way. It's a little bit weird, but it's the state law. That's how they do it. That's how they've had it. Amy Minty, yeah, if he's pardoned on one, he would still serve the other 2. That is correct. Breck says, I've seen people convicted of accidentally killing a person and intentionally doing so. Yeah. Yeah, if the elements of the crime can be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Yep. It's weird. It's weird. But in Chauvin's case, though, let's take a moment to look at Chauvin's case. We're not going to have a discussion about whether or not he's guilty. I already know the chat's opinion, okay? And it's not about that. It's not an argument for the conviction or anything like that. But assuming everything was correct and all of the convictions are fine, all right, let's walk through. So you've got murder 2, which is felony homicide, felony unintentional murder, all right? Then you've got murder 3, which is reckless unintentional murder, which is different because the felony unintentional murder happens with an underlying felony. In this case, it's an assault. So then you have a reckless murder, which is where a dangerous situation is created and the recklessness leads to the death. And then the manslaughter is a negligent homicide. All right. So you've got those 3 things. In the Chauvin Floyd case, you actually do have probably 3 separate criminal acts that could match all of those things. You've got the underlying assault. If you determine that he used excessive force, that's the qualification for the underlying assault. So they determine he uses excessive force. There's your second degree murder. The reckless disregard with the depraved mind is him kneeling on top of him. The excessive force has already been used. He's committed underlying assault. So that's going on. But then he's creating a situation in which Floyd is unable to, render himself aid. So he's creating this situation which leads to the death of Floyd by kneeling on him. Okay. And then in the third instance, you've got the negligent homicide where once Floyd stops moving and is non-responsive, you can argue then that Chauvin, since he's in custody in handcuffs, has a duty to render aid to Floyd, who cannot render aid to himself. And when he breaches that duty, that criminal negligence causes the manslaughter. And so you have all of the elements for these 3 crimes. Sort of. I mean, again, taking the prosecution's word as unquestionable gospel and ignoring all of the other factors in the case, you do have those 3 different things happening here. It doesn't always work out that cleanly, though. That's actually that's actually rare, and this happens in less clean ways in different cases too. But yeah, so, but that's how Minnesota does it. And if you don't like it, don't come here. And plus, I wouldn't recommend coming here anyway. Terrible state. But very good question. I hope that was a sufficient explanation. A lot of people don't like it. They think it's unjust, but our Supreme Court says it's okay. Andrew Haskins says, "Hey, Nick, I had a friend who looks like the character from Cuck Simulator. I'm only sad because I'm reading the rest. He got into a poly thing, effed his life up to the point the other guy is spending time with his kid even after she stopped seeing the other guy. Sad. Sad. Very, very sad. Don't do it. Don't do it." Torches Inquiry. No, not the Supreme Court that says taxes are good. The Minnesota Supreme Court, who probably also says taxes are good. Man, that sucks for him, Andrew Haskins. So, yeah. Woo. Bad Vibe says, "How about Megadeth with friends like Mustaine? Who needs enemies?" What about Megadeth? I don't know anything about Megadeth. I remember a couple of their songs. Oh yeah, I am back pretty far. I didn't want to. So yeah, don't do the poly relationship, especially if you're the guy. Don't do it. Okay, and we have this other one from before the We have this other chat before the stream from Buttworld's Man. He wants me to sing this. But it's not in the right, it's not the right rhythm. It says, hello, mute button, my old friend. I'll press you lots today again because my finger's slowly creeping, moves to press you while I'm sleeping. And to the boomer that was planted on this seat still remains within the sound of silence. So, there you go. Felipe Move. Hey, he lives. How you been, Felipe? Haven't seen you in a while. He says, hey, Nick, first time super chat here. 2 questions. Are you happy with the look your new camera gives your videos? Yes. And 2, when you go bald, would you go for a comb over, keeping your actual look, or a wig? I would not do a wig. No, I'm not into overly cosmetic stuff in general. Everybody thinks I'm going bald. I don't get it. I don't get it. I only see my same hairline I've had forever. My barber cuts this stuff down a little bit. So maybe that's it. I don't know. Who says that isn't a wig now? If I go bald, I go bald and look like I think I would look really weird bald. But if it happens, it happens. I'll grow a giant beard and then I'll pull it up and I'll have the beard comb over. I'll tie it on top, right? That's what I'll do if I go bald. Have you finished writing your scathing love letter to Peacock yet for betraying you for another show? No, this son of a bitch, he texted me today asking me inane and mundane questions that have nothing to do with the fact that he went to another show behind my back. Like this is some sort of poly relationship. And so I'm sleeping on I'm sitting on it and I'm just answering his questions. I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, it's cool. Here you go. Here's this." And then when he least expected, I'm going to be like, "Bam, you asshole. What were you doing on another show? I told you once. That's why your eye's black. I'll tell you a second time." Todd Bottom stepped out. Says, did you say how Chauvin could be convicted of 3 counts for 1 death? I did. Todd, I gave you a nice, pretty full explanation of it. So I did, but thank you. Caleb Akuya, I don't remember what show he was on. Someone found it yesterday. But I don't remember what it was. I didn't even watch it. I think he's got his like full name on there or whatever. What is this? What is this? But yeah, Todd, you can just rewind it back like 10 minutes. Rewind it back like 10 minutes and then watch it at 1.5 speed. You'll catch back up. Bad Vibe says Megadeth. Ellefson, the guitarist, had a private video leak. Accusations flying of grooming a minor. No police yet. Mustaine fired Ellefson without charges. Huge cluster funk. Damn. That's not good. All right. I guess it's time to start getting into these news stories. Bad Vibes also says no substance or evidence other than video of Ellefson manipulation himself. Okay. Very weird. Don't look for the video, people. Okay, let's see. see. Oh, I also got... I get into accidental arguments on Twitter. We'll do that one in a minute, but I got to find this AOC story. I thought I had it pulled up, but I probably lost it in this... Oh, thank God. Oh. Probably lost it when I got into an argument with someone. I don't even try to get into arguments. I actually try not to get into arguments. Oh, did you guys see that the military doesn't know what to do with women? Did you see that? That the military, they don't know what to do because so they testified before Congress the other day, and the three like generals or whatever, they're talking about the physical fitness test. They're talking about the physical fitness test, and I think it's like 64% of men pass the physical fitness test, but only 4% of women do. And they're like, what the hell did we do with this? And to the military guys' credit, they said, we're not having different gender standards for the test. Everybody has to pass the test. So everybody has to pass the test. However, they apparently may break down by gender the percentage performance of the test, because that is used as a partial factor in awarding rank or promotions. So basically, all men and women will have to pass the test, but the women who do pass the test will get percentile scores, and the men will have a separate list of percentile scores amongst men, percentiles amongst women, that can be used as a factor when they're considering the person for a raise. Because the 4% of women who do pass the test are not scoring a high percentile overall, obviously. Like this is obvious to anyone who realizes that reality is a real thing. Like women are physically built different than men. I know this. I am a foot taller than my wife. And despite her often throughout our relationship being in better shape than I am, I can open a pickle jar in 1/1000th the time that she can. Always have been able to. I can carry a suitcase better than she can. It's just physics, man. I've got more mass and I have bigger overall muscles, even if she worked harder to get hers. It's just reality. And so, like, the thing is, when you've got, especially, oh my God, when I was military age, like 20, 22, I was in good shape. I was in great shape. Like, running against women? That's cute. Like, what would they do? But like, we have to race? We'll have a foot race. Why don't you just stay here and make me a sandwich for when I lap you? Like, what were they going to do? It's not going to happen. We'll have a lifting competition. I haven't lifted anything in my life, but I can bench you while you're lifting your weights. It's just, when guys are 20 to 25 years old, they're hilarious. They're all genetic mutants. Even the fat, lazy ones are genetic mutants, because our bodies are in this zone of being like pumped full of testosterone, because all we want to do is coom like crazy. 20 to 25, like that's literally your entire. And so the way your body tries to accomplish that is by pumping you full of masculinity. like automatically doing it. So it's like you can be a fat slob at 20 years old, and you can still probably run a faster 100-meter dash than the average woman. You just can. It doesn't matter because your body will force you to, so that you can then go have sex with the average woman and her friend because you're 20. And that's what 20-year-olds are supposed to do. It's just, so like having these physical comparisons between men and women at the age that they're in the military is nonsensical. Of course the women can't compete. They shouldn't be able to. If they are competing, they're a female outlier. And they are, of course there are female outliers, right? Like, of course there are. That's obvious. But they are an outlier. On the averages, they're not going to. And so, but the military has to abide by a minimum physical standard, not a minimum physical standard for men and women, or men and then one for women. They have to have a minimum physical standard, because if you've got an infantryman, they have to be able to carry X amount of pounds of equipment. Like the ceramic plates don't get much lighter because they're slightly smaller for the woman wearing them than the man. You mass produce the ceramic plates, they're all going to weigh like the 22 pounds or whatever they weigh when they're all on your body. Or if you get, steel or whatever, that's what you're stuck with. That's not going to change. No matter what your weight is, your ceramic plates are going to weigh the same. Your steel plates are going to weigh the same. Your gun is going to weigh the same. You carrying several magazines full of ammo, like a 30-round mag full of 5.56 or 7.62, it's a significant weight. And it's a lot of weight when you start making it like 5, 10 magazines carrying 300 rounds. Like that, when you combine it with everything else you're carrying, you're adding pounds over and over and over. That's not going to happen. Oh, and by the way, when you have to drag someone out of who's been injured out of like a danger area, you got to drag that person no matter how big you are. So, the Army's stuck with this reality that they have to maintain a minimum standard, but they also want to recognize the differences when they're promoting. Like if you're gonna, and I kind of see the logic here, right? If you're gonna promote a female person, you're gonna promote them in their job or whatever they're doing. I guess you would want to measure them against themselves or against their own gender, right? Like that's not in, we're not talking Ranger training here or SEAL training or something like that. We're just talking about general stuff. And the physical fitness stuff is used as part of the promotion. And so like, there are not going to be women in the top 10 percentile. It's just not going to happen. So I guess I can see the logic, with it, but, yeah, I don't know. Breck says, I was an MP, loved women on my deployments, but knew if I was shot, none of them are going to be able to carry me. Well, look at me. Look at me. Okay, so if I'm in the Army, I'm 195 pounds, 197. I don't know what I am today, but 197 last weigh-in. I'm 197 pounds. You put on 22 pounds of armor on me, 20 pounds of armor, whatever. I'm suddenly I'm 217. You give me a gun. You start throwing ammo in there. You put a helmet on. You put the boots and the fatigues on. I'm 225 pounds at the end of this. And you gotta drag. You gotta drag. That's a lot of weight. I don't want to carry that weight. Tabby's daddy. No, I wasn't 185 yesterday. I said I was 197. My ideal weight for me, where I like to be, is 185. But yeah, you gotta, I mean, you need a pretty decent sized dude to pick up or drag a 220 pound guy. Like, I don't want to move anything that weighs 220 pounds ever in my life. That sounds terrible. So they gotta deal with that reality. Like, imagine if you're some Giga Chad, right? Like you're 250 of muscle. You're walking around. You're like, what? And then your squad mate's like a 5'3" female. Oh, okay. Drag me, baby. Drag me, sexy Jesus. It's there's no way. There's no way. Anthony James says, if you're wearing a tappies, an assault pack, a rifle, and 300 pounds of ammo, then it's 80 pounds. So yeah. So what? I'm gonna be 260 to 270 in weight at the end of the day, and someone's gonna drag my ass around. No, thank you. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know about that. I see the military problem here, and it's not. It has nothing to do with gender. It has to do with reality and physics. Now, if you get some big, some big chick like that Brazilian female MMA fighter who's so clearly juiced that it's embarrassing, Gabby, whatever. Yeah, I mean, she's gonna be able to drag a dude. She's taller than me. No, she's 6'2", so she's about my height, and she outweighs me by a good 20, 30 pounds. Yeah, she'll be able to drag me around, sure. But yeah, it's a reality that they're having to deal with, of course. And imagine having to deal with this, like as a normal person, right? Like I'm a military commander, and I'm probably 60 years old or whatever, and I have to come up with this stuff, and then I have to explain this to the public and to Congress in the era of woke. Imagine having to try and figure that out. Oh, fuck, how are we going to do this? I mean, these are the standards we need. We can't really bend from the standards, but these guys are going to crucify us over reality, and we can't change physics. Otter Pockets, Fallon Fox. Yeah. Breck says, dude, I had a 5'2", 95-pound sergeant at one point. Was she hot? I was 6'4" and 240 and change. I had a PT score in 270s. I could drag her one-handed. Two of the females could not carry me on a litter. Yeah. Yeah. Senor Nicolas, are you a Jewish? I don't think so. I'm an honorary Jew. You become Jewish by becoming a lawyer. But genetically, I don't think so. I did one of those stupid genetic tests, and I did not have any Jewish in me specifically. Yeah. But as a lawyer, like when you graduate law school, they're like, here you go, ex-goyim. That's what they say. Anthony says, real men drink Fireball. Disgusting. Also, I graduate from HAD on Friday. What's HAD? And in August, it's off to the Army. By the way, I passed the fitness test, and I was a couch potato lol, and it's easy. Yellow Flash's super chat. I'm getting right to it. Anthony also says, by the way, the fitness test is also based on your MOS job. So if you're in an office job, you have to do less than a combat role. I wonder what the JAG fitness test is. Can you lift a pencil? Can you lift it twice, though? Yellow Flash 2 says, RIP, creator of Berserk, Kentaro Miura. He was a true legend, Nick. Wait, what happened? Did Kentaro Miura die? Flash, are you fucking with me right now? Wasn't sure if you'd heard about it. Press F to pay respects to this true legend. They're not going to finish the series. Berserk wasn't done yet. What are we going to do? How's this even real? Thank you, Flash, for letting me know about Kentaro. God, I wish I knew about that. Uncivil Laws in the chat. Hey, what's up? He says, Nick is the best. Guys, Uncivil's going to come visit me soon. It's going to come visit me soon. We're going to have a good time. All right. Okay, AOC. Oh my God. I got so wrapped up in the other stuff. Andrew War Snowboard says, why can't Kentaro Miura's brother Goro Miura finish the series? I thought Goro was Kentaro's son. Come on, get up on that lore. Wasn't Goro Kentaro's son? I don't even know who Motaro was, but Motaro was a fucking asshole. All right, OP Red Dawn says, SMSU Mustangs? Who the hell are you? That was, that was my school and the team. Op Red Dawn, did you go to SMSU? Do I know who you are? Did I say something mean to you? I hope not. Kentaro was his brother? Why, I think it was the dad. And who the hell is Motaro? Anthony sent in, it's meant to be high school, not had. Also, the JAG unit near me had all the equipment for the fitness test. Yeah, I actually looked into doing, I was like, oh, maybe I should do, this is when I first graduated law school before I got itchy from heat. It's like, maybe I should do JAG for the Marines. That could be fun. Then I could eat crayons too. But then it was the reason I didn't. It was the moving around thing. I didn't want to move my family around. Linda Marie says, could AOC keep up with 24-year-old male mutants wanting to coom? Look, I don't want to say too much, but I'm guessing AOC kept up with plenty of male mutants wanting to coom. If I had to guess, AOC was kind of a looker back in the old college days. I'm guessing she was doing just fine. The Walter Melon says, did you hear about the divorce court judge who ordered the father to get vaccinated to see his kids? No, I did not. Oh my God. Oh wait, no, I think I maybe did. I maybe did. I feel like I've heard that story, but Jesus, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Catherine says, I think AOC is still attractive. Yeah, I can see it. I'm not personally attracted to her. Really, I only have eyes for lady rackets. But I did see her college dancing video, and she was looking good in it. She was looking good in it. So here's the AOC story. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says she is in therapy following the all-out attempted coup at the Capitol on 6th of January. All out. OP Red Dawn says, dude, it's such a small world. You went there after the big fire. Wrong, sir or ma'am. I went there during the big fire. My first semester at SMSU finished, and then the fire happened before my second semester. So I was there both before, during, and after the big fire. Thomas Deserano says AOC score goes negative as soon as she utters one word. Well, you know the Drexel answer to women who get less attractive as they talk. He would just suggest not letting them talk with various objects, we'll say. Here we go. The all-out attempted coup at the Capitol on 6th of January. Speaking to the weekly public radio show Latino USA on Friday, Ms. Ocasio-Cortez said members of Congress effectively served in war. Effectively served in war during the traumatizing event that had deeply affected lawmaking and impacted the legislative process. She wasn't even in the building. She wasn't even in the building. She was in a different building. The person that she thought was coming to kill her was Capitol Security saying, Miss AOC, are you all right? I know nothing could get past those giant chomping teeth of yours. Like you're like a horrific Pokemon where when you smile, it's a shield that covers your whole body in teeth enamel. But we want to make sure you're okay anyway. And she's like, you're a murderer! That's Jesus Christ. You versus Babyface says, I made toast today. I was effectively in war. Pray for me. Oh, Heavenly Father, please watch, protect, and bless. Heel versus Babyface. Through this traumatic time, he's seen too much. He's seen too much, and the dinging of the toaster and the launching of the toast probably sent him into synaptic shock. I don't even know how he survived his brave encounter with a toaster. But dear Lord, if you could find it in your heart, in that heart that is full of goodness and kindness, to lay just a hair of courage upon him. But not a pubic hair, though. Like, what's up, Az? How you doing, buddy? You about ready to do some painting? We gotta paint. Andrew Haskins says, I used to do a podcast about the occult with said friend, but he only wanted to talk about movies and change the passwords to the channel I made. He won't tell me why or talk to me. I just want to talk about weird occult stuff. Oh, weird occult stuff. That's good, man. What kind of weird occult stuff are you talking about? All right. After the 6th, I took some time, and it was really Ayanna Pressley when I explained to her what happened to me, like the day of, because I ran to her office, and she was like, you need to recognize trauma. Miss Ocasio-Cortez said, who's Ayanna Pressley? We got to find it. We got to do it. A smash or pass on Ayanna Pressley. This is another U.S. rep. The smash or pass joke got a lot fucking funnier when I pulled up her image. Girl, you need to recognize trauma. What trauma? What trauma did you have? Except for seeing that dome. Did you see her own reflection? Like, I'm pretty sure that so AOC does the horse tooth grin, and Ayanna Presley bends her head down for that shiny dome, and the albedo between those two actually amplifies going back and forth, and you create extra light. You create extra light, and anyone in the surrounding area dies from a sunburn. That's the trauma that happened. Jesus. Kemosabe. God damn it. Beelzebub, no. No. You will not do that on this channel. You need to recognize trauma. What trauma? You didn't actually experience trauma. You specifically didn't. Like if okay. I'll even take the weak ass position and say I can kind of see how someone on the House floor when the Capitol is being stormed, being given the information they're given, might have some trauma, right? Like they're like, "Oh, by the way, kill teams with gas masks are coming to murder you." We haven't actually seen any guns on any of kill teams with gas masks, like that Sony game Killzone or whatever. Was it Killzone? The PS3 first-person shooter exclusive where the guy's got the mask. He looks like an Imperial Guard Death Corps member. Was that Killzone? I'm waiting for the answer. Killzone. Okay, yeah. So like if you're to give them the benefit of the doubt, you're on the House floor and what you hear is that these Killzone looking motherfuckers have stormed the Capitol, killed Capitol Police, and are coming to murder you. I could see how they would get some trauma and some terror out of that. I honestly could see that. Like I really do. I think they should get the fuck over it when it's not that. But I could get where they'd have some temporary issue from that. But it wasn't ever that for AOC. She wasn't on the floor being told there was a hunting party trying to kill her. She's in her office in a different building with no mob storming it at all. That's, God. And I feel like I learned this the hard way after my father passed away when I was a teenager. That happened at a young age and I locked it away. You have to live with it for years. Oh, you're right. You're the only person who's ever had anybody die when you were young. Asked if she was in therapy, she replied, "Oh, yeah, I'm doing therapy, but also I've slowed down. I think the Trump administration had a lot of us, especially Latino communities, in a very reactive mode." Bitch, you've been in a reactive mode your entire life. In the near aftermath of the pro-Trump riot, Miss Ocasio-Cortez released an Instagram live video saying she hid in the bathroom, fearing for her life as police knocked on her door with huge, violent bangs. Violent bangs. Girl, AOC, you trying to tell me you haven't been through some violent bangs in those college days? Come on now. Come on now. Acting like violent bangs is new. I've seen violent bangs. I watched chick music videos in the 80s. It became another flashpoint in the culture war. As right-wing media said she exaggerated her level of danger. She fucking did. And left-wing media attempted to debunk the criticisms as downplaying the severity of the attack. That's because it wasn't that severe. It wasn't that severe. Like, look, I'm not a fan of the January 6th stuff. I've condemned it. I've said it was ultimately it ended up being a bad thing. Whatever caused it, right? I know some people were let in. I know that not everybody's a nefarious asshole. I get that there were operatives in there and all that stuff. They fucking interviewed a guy who was an operative, right? He's an Antifa reporter. He's in there instigating. You can see it. It's on video. I know all of that stuff. I'm not even talking about that. But I'm not a person who likes political violence in general. So consistent with my opinion, I say, you know what? I'm not a big fan of the political violence. That's it. That's literally the extent of thought I need to put into it. I'm not a big fan of political violence. Not a huge fan. I would prefer, in an ideal world, that things be handled without violence when we're talking politics. It doesn't always work out that way, right? But when I'm giving an opinion, I get to be an idealist. That's the whole point of ideals, is getting to have those ideals. So I'm not a big fan of the January 6th stuff. Not a big fan of it. But that being said, they weren't that severe. And they were not severe at all for AOC. OpDog says, what was the Revolutionary War? Exactly. See, that's the thing, though. In general, I'm not a fan of political violence. I'm not saying it's never necessary, it's never justified, it's never right. But as a general matter. But outliers are outliers for reasons. We can have general rules that get broken when situations demand it. Revolutionary War was a situation that apparently demanded it. The people at the time thought so enough to take up arms. But we're not talking about the Revolutionary War here. Or the Civil War, right? Civil War is political violence too. We're talking about average, mundane unrest that spills over a little bit into some political violence. I'm not a big fan of it. I didn't think that and here's the thing. I don't think that they thought it would solve the problems either. Like, let's do it this way. If January 6th were an outlier event that required political violence, there would have been guns. The media would have entered the House floor to a gallows of hanging congressmen, right? Swinging from the rafters because the populace had risen up against them in violent revolution to overthrow. This is how it's painted. This is how they're painting January 6th. It wasn't this, though. It wasn't this, though. It was this weird, like, amalgamation of a few instigators and then a bunch of followers and then a couple edgelords making jokes and like that. It created this situation that became not beneficial. It wasn't a proper use of political violence. And I don't think anybody there even saw it as political violence. You've just literally got a throng of people. And when you've got a throng of people trying to move, you're going to have things that look very, very violent. You're going to have people compressed into small areas. You're going to have trampling. Look at football, soccer games in Europe or Africa or Western Asia. And you'll get the same type of things. When you have throngs of people moving, they can look very violent, but the mob might not have any violent intentions necessarily. They're just moving in unison. They're moving as a unit, but that unit is thousands of people in too small of a space. Capitol riots looked a lot like that to me. It looked like a bunch of people with disparate goals. It didn't look like the type of political violence that's used to effectuate change when it's necessary. There are distinct levels of political violence. And that's part of my criticism of what happened. But that criticism mostly falls on the shoulders of instigators and social media influencers who are there participating in this thing and riling people up and doing stuff like that. But a lot of people got swept up in that. They did. That's okay. But at the end of the day, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't think it accomplished any goals. I don't think it was designed to accomplish any goals. And you can tell that because there weren't any guns. There weren't any explosives. Oh, I know. There's the FBI is, they found everybody else, by the way, but they're still looking for the person who planted all those IEDs that didn't go off around Washington, D.C. That is the most overwrought story. There's someone planted IEDs around Washington, D.C. The FBI just can't figure out who it is. Cameras everywhere. One of the most observed cities on the planet. Cameras all over the place. They just can't find them. They have no idea who it is. They found people in the backgrounds of screenshots that are blurry and charged them with entering the Capitol. They just can't fucking find the guy who dropped off a backpack somewhere. I'm not one to spread conspiracy theories, but that's like a dance line chick's legs in high school. Spreading wide. Joseph Kerwin says, AOC, are you an assassin? Guard, I'm Capitol Security, ma'am. AOC says, you're neither. You're an errand boy sent by grocery clerks to collect a bill. Toxic Vandom says, AOC is a grifter. F her. Correct. All right, anyway, back to this. Miss Ocasio-Cortez told Latino USA host Maria Hinojosa, those criticisms were an attempt to maintain white supremacy, and that no one wants to discuss the politically sensitive fallout or say boo-hoo, but that she recognized it as a traumatizing event. Yes, it's white supremacy that did it. God. I've had to take a beat. You know, there it is. That's all you need in fucking life. Nobody from Generation X or older says, I had to take a beat, unless they're some sort of gay actor. That's it. No normal person says, I had to take a beat. Millennials, though, all day. That's the tell. You can always tell. You can, look, if a millennial put themselves in old face, like Johnny Knoxville in that Grandpa movie, I could tell them from a mile away, because their lexicon is it's vastly different from Gen X. It's vastly different. I've had to take a beat. If I take a couple months now and just be really good, then I don't have to live with this thing festering and lingering with me like a roommate in my apartment for years. You're a congressman making $190,000 a year. You don't have a roommate living with you. What the fuck are you talking about? Ms. Ocasio-Cortez said the terrorist insurrectionists got into the Senate chamber 60 seconds after Vice President Mike Pence left, and that lawmakers weren't protected. Have you guys seen the video of the terrorist insurrectionists entering the Senate chamber? Like, the most calm video you've ever seen. Pence was the one person, arguably, that had one of the most important roles in making sure that procedurally electoral college counts went on as proceeded. 60 seconds could have meant potentially the difference between what we have right now and a martial state. No, it wouldn't, because to have a martial state, you would have had to have a military. They didn't have a military. It was several hundred Spurgs entering the Capitol. This is not a military coup. They didn't even have guns. It's just, you can't have martial law without a military enforcing the law. What the fuck are you talking about? Speaking of which, by the way, the military has finally left the DC, the Washington D.C. area, the reserves. The The military reservists that they called in, or the National Guard, not the military reservists, my bad. The National Guard that they called into D.C. have finally gotten to go home. Miss Ocasio-Cortez said this was an all-out attempted coup. What was the coup? What were they going to do? Were they going to overthrow the government in favor of the government that was currently sitting in power? Like, Trump was going to coup himself to what? Keep himself in office? How's this a coup? Not all of them, 5,000 are still there. Well, the news story was they're going home. If 60 seconds went differently, if a different door was opened, if a chair wasn't barricaded in a certain way, we could have a completely different reality right now. Literally, no. The only different reality that we would have from right now is that someone other than Ashley Babbitt would have been shot. That's it. That's it. There was no other reality that would have occurred other than more citizen deaths. There's not going to be dead congressmen. There was not going to be dead senators. There was not going to be a swaying from the rafters Mike Pence. It was never going to happen. No one was actually interested in affecting that, because if they were, they would have. It wouldn't have been hard. All they would have needed were a couple guns. That's it. A couple guns would have changed the whole equation, but they didn't bring them because there wasn't a coup, because it wasn't an attempt to take over the government. It wasn't a military martial law type of situation. None of this was going to happen. We don't want to acknowledge that that's how close we got, but that is how close we got. No, it's not. And this is the politician's wet dream, by the way. Every politician goes to sleep and wakes up in a puddle when they think about this. I get to say what would have happened, and it will never, ever be challengeable. Because we'll never know what would have happened. Ever. Because it won't happen. Can't happen. Didn't happen. Obama was the king of what would have happened, by the way. Obama was the number one what would have happened. Oh, the economy would have recovered slower if it wasn't for our measures. The economy would have covered a lot slower. Weren't for the measures we took. They were drastic. They were necessary. And I'm from Chicago. A lot of times I like to talk like I'm from the South. Technically, I am from the southern state, the most southern state in the Union. Hawaii. Doesn't sound like a southern state, but it is longitudinally. Maybe it's latitude, don't remember. Was doing cocaine back then. I'm a southern Baptist preacher. Want to talk to the masses. Obama was the king of this shit. But this is a politician's wet dream. When you get to say what would have happened if your plan was followed, or if the bad thing happened, or if the good thing occurred, what would have happened? Well, but we got the reality we've got now. What would have happened would have been. Let me tell you what it would have been. Trust me, 8 experts agree. Oh, Kenya. Fuck Kenya. Indonesia's way farther south than all of those. She said they were looking for us and we were not protected. You literally were protected. Capitol police officers who knocked on your door, and you know it. You were the most protected because you weren't there. Adding that Republican criticisms of her were attempts to maintain the myth of American exceptionalism. It's a myth, apparently. And white supremacy. I'll agree. White supremacy is a myth. Nailed it, AOC. White supremacy is a myth. American exceptionalism isn't. The House voted 252 to 175 on Wednesday to approve an 11 September. You can tell this is written by the fucking in the UK. style commission into the January 6th riot in a vote showing the partisan divide between Democrats and Republicans in the severity of the event. Only 35 Republicans crossed the aisle in the House. That's actually a lot. It's almost 20%. And whether the bill will pass the Senate remains unclear, with Minority Leader Mitch McConnell indicating he will vote against it. It shouldn't pass the Senate. It's a waste of fucking time. House also narrowly approved legislation for $1.9 billion emergency funds to increase security at the U.S. Capitol, despite efforts from Republicans and progressive Democrats to block the bill. In a razor-thin 213 to 212 vote, Ms. Ocasio-Cortez voted present on the increased security measures, as did fellow progressive Rashida Tlaib and Jamal Bowman. 3 other Democrats, Ilhan Omar, Cory Bush, and Ayanna Pressley, voted against the measure. $1.9 billion for more Capitol Police. Isolate the ruling class. Geiga Chat says, please comment on Israel First versus America First debate that was on Alex Jones last night. It was a shitstorm aftermath with sussy Baca stuff going on. I didn't watch it yet. I can't. I've talked about it a couple times. I didn't watch it though, so I can't comment on the debate itself. I don't know. Okay, that's done. The Gretchen Whitmer story is going to be a lot quicker. This is just a funny gag going on. Let me get it ready here. Off. Gretchen Whitmer is trying to be as good looking as Kristi Noem and not working. No, it's not working for her. Furby Slayer says, I share this everywhere. 2015 US had 120 plus guns per 100 people. 85% or more in civilian hands. After 2019, that number is sure to have risen. If this was an insurrection, what happened to all the guns? We need to pound this point. No, don't you read the other articles that say that all of those guns are actually in the hands of 4 total Americans? Okay, you guys ready? You guys ready for the Gretchen Whitmer article? Here we go. Cucked chat. Take that. I showed you that ugly, ugly person again. Veto-proof Michigan House majority passes a bill refunding coronavirus fines after Gretchen Whitmer hypocrisy. Okay. A veto-proof majority of Michigan representatives passed a bill Tuesday that would require the state to refund coronavirus-related fines after Gretchen Whitmer was caught violating her own order. By a 74-34 vote, the State House swiftly passed HB 4501, a bill brought up for consideration after Breitbart News busted Whitmer for violating her restaurant table capacity order last weekend. Good. 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 Nobody on earth should be fined over a COVID violation. Nobody should be fined over that shit. And anybody who was fined should be returned with interest from the government. Did you tell us? I didn't say she was hot. I said she was trying to be hot. Trying to be as good looking as Kristi Noem. Kristi Noem is actually a good looking lady. Especially for she's like 49 or something. That's the waifu material you need. One that endures. Jack Allen says, oh, this is where the B-tards hang out. Uh-oh. Watch out. I've never been to /B in my life. I literally don't even know how to get there. Guys, are you guys a bunch of B-tards? Do people still go to 4chan? I didn't even know if that was a thing anymore. Stop God? How do we stop God? Here we go. Okay, so the quote from Steve Johnson says, if the governor can violate her orders without any repercussions, then why should our business owners be fined? This is a good fucking question. Fines and penalties have been significantly related to Whitmer's executive orders, later ruled unconstitutional by the Michigan Supreme Court. The Center Square reported Whitmer's Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity issued 96 fines, totaling $259,200. There are 112 open cases for alleged violations with potential fines that could amount to another $364,200. Currently, 29 of those are under appeal. Return all of them. Never, ever, never, ever should the government be fucking fining people over this stuff. The government can ask politely for you to comply with suggestions about various things. Sure, cops do it all the time, right? Hey, buddy, can I see that identification of yours? No, thank you, officer. Please go not shoot a dog today. Hello, sir. Can I please search your vehicle? Why, no, officer. You cannot search my vehicle as I have done nothing wrong. I'll be leaving now. Thank you. Ask politely for all sorts of shit they shouldn't get. The government can ask you politely, will you please, as a society, wear a mask or get a vaccine? Ask. Just ask. Just ask. People will comply in alarming numbers because they're actually okay with the government asking them to do something. The moment you say you must do X, you must do Y, they go, wait a fucking minute here. Why must I do anything? Breitbart News reported Wednesday about 56 restaurants and bars punished by the Whitmer administration over her orders. Johnson cited other businesses, including home builders and office equipment providers that have also been hit. Municipality most aggressive at citing individuals and businesses by far is the city of Detroit. Oh, big fucking surprise. Big surprise there. Let's see. In February, Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy dismissed over 1,600 citations issued by Detroit police or health officials enforcing Whitmer's orders. Dismissed 1,600 of them. Dismissed 1,600 citations. In February. Just in February. Check Barnes Law Twitter for funny content. Okay. Anyway, this is the Worthy said there was no legal basis to prosecute the alleged offenders. And a reminder that these orders by Whitmer were found unconstitutional. They were found to be unconstitutional. It's all fucking fake. Their power is what they took and no one challenged. The moment they get challenged, the moment these little mini tyrants get challenged, they end up losing. Because of course they do. When you decide to actually uphold the Constitution, it's amazing what happens. We remember what it's like to be free for just a fleeting moment. Dark Soul, shut up, you cuck. You're a dumb fucking idiot. The laws were executive orders that were found to be unconstitutional, you fucking dummy. You're the biggest government cuck I've ever seen. You've got that dick so far down your throat, you let it come out your ass and then put it into your vagina, you fucking beta bitch. Jesus Christ, you're the biggest gov cuck I've ever seen. How does the boot taste, you weirdo? Jesus Christ. All right, let's talk about this Chris Rufo story. Fucking. Let's see. Oh, this is something from Andy No, real quick. This is a quick thing. Did you guys see this? Police in North Carolina have arrested this woman who was in a car that was stopped by BLM rioters in the street in Elizabeth City. She's charged with 2 felony counts of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill and more. She may face hate crime charges too. Here's the video.
TET 2255.
TET 2255. Get that voice crack in there, you manlet. But yeah, they get surrounded by people. They drive forward. Someone intentionally gets in front of them. They hit the brakes. They hit the brakes before even running into the guy. They're charged with assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill. Intent to kill. They're hitting the brakes before the person's even fully in their way. Jesus Christ. Oh, this is my favorite. Let me find the comment real quick. Hold on, I'm finding it real quick. Here we go. This one from Hi Ek. This was reported with the anchor saying the victim was expected to survive. Expected to survive. Here it is. Watch. The victim is this guy with the bleach blonde hair. The white man was expected to survive. Oh my God. Okay, let me find this this other thing. By the way, Razorfist has been lighting the fucking FBI up today, which is great. I thought I commented on this one. Maybe it was in my, maybe I just commented on it. Nope. Damn it. Oh, real quick, this is a different story. This is not in the title, but we got to cover it because it's beautiful. Did you guys see that Kim Kardashian failed the baby bar exam? So in California, after your first year of law school, you have to take a baby bar exam. Little mini bar exam. It's 8 hours long, 4 hours of essay, 4 hours of multiple choice. She failed it. Fine. Not a big deal. You know, lots of people look, the bar exam it's a shit test. The baby bar exam is probably a shit test too. She failed it by a significant amount, though. I did the math. Based on the minimum essay score, the essay score where you literally just write your name, okay? Based on the bare minimum essay score, that means she scored below a 78.5% on her multiple choice. That's if she got 0 essay points. She scored below a C+ on her multiple choice. 0 essay points. If she got any essay points correct, she could have done a B- on her multiple choice and passed the test. But she scored below 78.5% on her multiple choice. And that's only assuming she got the lowest possible essay score. So Kim scored a 474 on the exam. Passing grade is 560. So the minimum essay points you can get is 60 points per question. 4 questions. It amounts to 160 points. All right. So you take 560, subtract that, and you get a passing grade. 400 on the multiple choice is a 100%, a theoretical maximum of 400 points on the multiple choice section. So then if you take off the 160, you're left with 314. 314 out of 400, 78.5%. That's what she got. That's the best she did on the multiple choice, to 78.5%. I'm glad she failed if that's how she did. However, I will say, Nate the lawyer points out, where Kim Kardashian is succeeding is she is better looking at failing than most lawyers are at passing. This is her Instagram photo of her studying for the baby bar exam. Good job, Kim. Diet on point. Diet on point. I guess. But at least she did that. At least she took the time to post that Instagram photo instead of actually, studying. Notice that, I'm studying. Here's me in a thong sitting like a fucking thought. You weren't studying. You probably got the book out just to take the photo. Maybe study. I don't know, or just listen in law school. Did I ever tell you guys that my bar prep course? I didn't even realize it was going for something like 5 or 6 weeks. I was just loving life not being in law school. And then I found out from my friends who were in the same bar prep course, they're like, "Oh yeah, I was doing the lecture today." I'm like, "What lecture? You dumbasses. The bar's not for a while." And they're like, "Dude, bar prep started right after graduation." I was like, "Wait, are you serious?" Oh shit. I missed all of the bar prep lectures. Literally 0 bar prep. I attended 0 bar prep lectures. I didn't have time. I missed 6 weeks of lectures. I went, holy fuck. I better start doing the practice tests. Pass the bar on my first try. Maybe try listening in law school, you dumb thought. Instead of posting pictures of your vagina. All right. NW says, I used to listen to NPR. I heard one episode where a Mexican songwriter had a song about how you're lucky if your man isn't a rapist and murderer. Immediately after that, they had a piece where they said Trump was racist because he called them the same thing. Yeah, I will say Kim Kardashian has better tits than I do, so to her credit. Okay, I gotta find this fucking. I thought I had this thing set up somewhere. Here it is. All right, you guys ready for this? This is Mark Lamont Hill. Quote, what do you like about being white? I asked this question to anti-critical race theory advocate Christopher Rufo. He stated that whiteness was always only painted as negative, so I asked him to offer something different. Peep his response. Well, I'll tell you what I like about being white. I would never say peep his anything ever. What the fuck is that? Here we go.
And if I were to say to you right now, Christopher, what do you like about being white? What would you say?
I don't know. Again, it's such an amorphous term. It's like a census term or a
but can you do me a favor? Indulge me. Indulge me for one. Just we're running out of time. Indulge me for a minute. I understand you see it as all these things, but you surely recognize that the world sees you as white. You know the.
Okay, first of all, no, don't indulge him. Don't indulge him. This is the most obvious fucking ploy I've ever seen for a quote unquote who white supremacist quote hour that I tell me what you like about being white. Look, I don't really see it that way. But indulge me for a second. I really need to clip out you being proud of being white, and I need your white pride as fast as possible. No. White men out there, if you're ever on a thing and they say, what do you like about being white? Say, I don't think about it because it's an irrelevant part of who I am. That's what I am. Who I am is not tied to my race or my skin color. It's the content of my character that matters, not the color of my skin. I don't indulge in that sort of thought.
The world reads you as white. And if you were to ask me some things I like about being black, I could talk about cultural norms. I could talk about tradition. I could talk about the kind of commonalities I feel around the diaspora.
You know what I like about being black? I'll tell you. As a black man, I can wear suits of ridiculous colors. That's right. I can wear a red suit. I can wear a purple suit. I wear a yellow suit. I wear an orange suit. I wear a green suit. A white man can only wear a black suit, a blue suit, maybe a white suit or an off-white suit if it's pinstriped and they're darker complected. A black man can wear any color suit on the fucking planet. And that's why I love being a black man. I can wear patterns. I can wear flat colors. I can wear pinstripes. I can wear crosshatch. I can wear whatever the fuck I want. Because as a black man, I can wear whatever suit works. My shoes can match the mood I'm in as a black man. I love it. I love it. I can wear green shoes. I can wear blue shoes. I can wear red shoes. I don't have to apologize for wearing purple shoes. I'm black man. See one of you motherfuckers wear red shoes. You try it. You try. As a white man, wear some white athletic pants, a white puffy shirt, and some red ass shoes. You walk around as a white guy and do that. Me, a black man, I can do that all day. You can't even touch me. You can't even touch me. I can also wear a stupid fucking hat, too. Doesn't even matter. I'll look cool in it. I'll look cool in it. Because as a black man, I'm genetically engineered to look cool in different colored clothing.
I would ask you, what, particularly if you're saying whiteness is a thing that is being constructed as negative and shouldn't be, name something positive that you like about being white.
Well, sure. I'll answer with a thing. there's a lot of documents that are floating around public schools that say things like timeliness, showing up on time, is a white supremacist value or a white value, white dominant value. Things like rationality, things like.
By the way, if you need any evidence at all that I am not a white man, I present to you Exhibit A. Timeliness is a white trait.
The Enlightenment, things like, objectivity. And these are very strange things to be ascribed to a racial identity. My view is that these are actually should be ascribed to every individual human being. Every individual human being, regardless of whatever racial category we impose on them.
But Christopher, that doesn't answer the question, though. You're telling me you're making straw men about things that are ascribed to whiteness that you think are wrong.
It's not straw men, Mark Lamont Hill. Straw men is when you construct an argument that doesn't exist and you fight against it. These are not straw men. He just specifically laid out, I know, maybe it's his white supremacy that you don't understand or whatever, but he specifically laid out that there are documents ascribing timeliness and punctuality to whiteness, which is not a white term. That's like saying, well, as a white, I value that I pay my taxes. That's not a white thing. That's just a thing, but it's being ascribed to whiteness in these critical race theory documents. It's not a straw man. Maybe you got your degree from I don't fucking know where. It doesn't matter. But a straw man is a fake constructed argument that you then rally against. The critical race theory documents ascribing punctuality and financial soundness to whiteness aren't straw men. They exist. They don't just exist in a tiny place either. They're pervasive. It's a meme. In fact, it's a meme that goes back decades. And if you find black comedians jokingly making fun of white men, that's what they joke about. You can find Chris Rock doing that, making fun of white people for paying their taxes on time, not being able to dance, and always being punctual. You can find, what's his face? Dave Chappelle doing the same thing. This isn't new. It's just, it's gone from being a comedy bit about how hard it is to make fun of white people versus black people for a black comedian. That's actually a meta joke. It's kind of deep. I don't know if Mark Lamont Hill gets it. It's kind of a deep joke that Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock and actually very smart black people were doing. And a bunch of other black fans of theirs were identifying with the idea that it's hard to make fun of whites as blacks in a society that is white dominant. That was actually a commentary. It was really fucking smart. And a lot of people identified with it. And that was this interesting way to explore the dynamics between white and black in American culture in the 90s and the early 2000s. They did it subtly. Mark Lamont Hill was too fucking dumb and missed the bus, I guess, because he didn't have white punctuality or whatever it is. So he missed it. He missed those jokes, and he doesn't realize that this is a meme that has been going on for a very, very long time. It's not a straw man at all. Christopher Rufo has not constructed a straw man here. He's telling you what the argument actually is. It's gone from joke to reality. Here we go.
Wrongfully ascribed to whiteness. I'm saying if whiteness isn't a negative thing, and there's something that you actually, and that whiteness.
If whiteness isn't a negative thing. Whew, Jesus. Wow, that's a tall order.
Actually shouldn't be constructed as all negative. Name something positive about being, that you believe is positive about being white.
Again, I don't buy into the framework that the world can be reduced into these metaphysical categories of whiteness and blackness. I think that's wrong. I think we should look at people as individuals. I think we should celebrate different people's accomplishments. And again, I think the idea, you mentioned Ignatieff. Ignatieff says the goal is to, quote, abolish the white race. In any other context, this would be interpreted as a near genocidal slur. I don't buy into it. The reason I'm not going to answer your question is I reject that categorization. I think of myself as an individual human being with my own capabilities, and I would hope that we could both judge each other as individuals and come to common values on that basis.
Fair enough. I would argue, though, that the ability to say I don't see race, I don't.
He didn't say that. Mark Lamont Hill got absolutely cucked. He had no idea how to respond. Christopher Rufo BTFO'd Mark Lamont Hill. He had no idea. He didn't say I don't see race. He actually didn't say that at all. He said I don't buy into the construct of whiteness versus blackness. I support the individual. That didn't say I don't see race or I'm colorblind or anything like that. Here we go. Watch Mark Lamont Hill get absolutely BTFO'd by at Christopher Rufo. Notice he didn't tag him. He has to pretend Chris took a white supremacy position because he had predetermined that's what his answer would have been. How embarrassing. There we go. There we go. Wait, did I have a typo? What type me? Watch Mark Lamont Hill get absolutely BTFOs. Oh no, the BTFOs. I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it. BTFOs all day. Get wrecked, Twitter. Eat my typos. Eat my typos and like them. Eat my typos like you're a sorority chick in college. Sheep Sidian says, Nicky missed most of his classes and pulled a Van Wilder. Knows Chad is a main pro tag. Also, Rufo shut him down without even answering his questions. Hill gives orcs, anime orcs, like Sheep Sidian included, a bad name. Mark Lamont Hill. Embarrassing race baiting going on there. All right, guys, I have to do a rare thing. I have to play the whiskey peeing lawyer song because I have to go to the bathroom. I'll see you in just a second.
He drank a fair bit and then realized that his bladder can't handle the liquor inside, leaving us with his chair while he runs up the stairs, hoping the stream doesn't suddenly die. While we are waiting, we'll be laughing at you. The drinking along is what most of us do. The chat is united, getting excited for what you have for us when your PM is through. When you have a small bladder and no sphincter control, freedom of liquor doesn't mean freedom from soaking your drawers. Now you're washing your hands and you realize that you've forgotten to scrub both the front and the back. Then you'll grab a quick bite, kiss your lady goodnight, and remember to thank her for all of the snacks. Whoa, water will cure your hangover. Oh, just drink some when the stream is over. When you have a small bladder and no sphincter control, freedom of liquor doesn't mean freedom from soaking your drawers.
All right. All right, we're back. We're one vote away from, or one like away from 1,000. There you go. Okay, let me find the next topic here. Oh, damn it. What is this? Oh my God, these people are still, they're still going at it. Look at this. I didn't even see this until just now. God damn it. Anonymous. At this point, I'm glad I'm not black or white or Asian. I don't fucking exist. I can just slip into the white category when convenient, and I can do the same to the black-brown category. It's great. Uy 99 says, I just spontaneously voice chatted Angry Baneling last night for 6.5 hours after your stream. He sounds exactly like an American, but claims to be Indian. More evidence that India is fake. True. True. Okay. So here we go. I haven't seen this thread. This is new. This is the same. This is in the theme though. The fat mads are fat and mad. All right. But I wasn't going to pull this up because I was going to pull up different fat mads being fat and mad. So here we go. Let's check this out. Blue says, some fatties are walking back statements of theirs too. Yeah, I know. After 2 years, why expect anything less? Martin says, Ty Beard is a shitty fraudster, and Rekieta also frauded. He admitted today that his job is YouTube videos, so his law firm has no salary. Bunch of fucking fraudsters. No. Not actually true, but okay. All right. Mad that they did a fraud? Sure, that's my money they're stealing. Beddick Martin hasn't paid taxes in his entire life. Nick lives in a different state, dummy. Also, those funds were allocated whether Nick claimed them or not. Blah, blah, blah. Do you know where tax money goes? I'm not sure Blue realizes where federal money comes from. He also seems to think it's not stealing if the money was there anyway. At any rate, mocking Nick for claiming money from Biden for his lawyer hobby is both free and legal. Especially when he flat out admits that his job is screaming at women on YouTube, not lawyering. So who's paying his salary again? Well, I guess you'd have to ask if my law firm owns the channel. I guess. I don't know. You'd have to find out the corporate structure. So then Devin Nunes' count. By the way, when I mentioned that this account is a fucking embarrassment to humanity and a giant colossal F slur, Devin Nunes' cow is follows along with my drama. Let that sink into how fucking bored this housewife is. There's a GoFundMe. GoFundMe. Exactly. Definitely not his law firm. Uh-oh. Nick the Welfare Queen. If only these people were actually employed, they could have maybe gotten PPP loans too. But apparently they didn't. So that was just that. That was just that. That was not what I was actually looking for. Here we go. Let me find this thing. Where is this fucking thing? Here it is. Here it is. So let's see what happens in this thread. This segment is going to get my channel or my stream demonetized, but that's okay. That's okay. Emotional support goat says, so is calling someone a faggot and talking about how they want you to die a YouTube terms of service violation? Interestingly, no. YouTube has a category for using slurs like faggot, by the way. It just means that it's not suitable for advertisements. And wanting someone to die is not a direct threat of violence. You know, I hope that someday you die. Immortality would be very inconvenient for most people. I'm asking for Ricada Media, who is crying about how a bunch of us never watch his show. We do pass around clips when there's entertaining content to mock. Don't you worry. I'm not worried. I know you've just admitted, by the way, that you don't watch the show because you're a faggot. I don't know what else to say. You just owned it. It's not even me. I should grab a clip so y'all can see him get screamingly mad and then lick a liquor bottle. That's a joke. Here's the clip where Catherine Tewson's tweets make him so mad that his mic cuts out while he flails like an angry Muppet. There's a quality law review you can expect over in Nick Land. Let's see what I said. I do 20 seconds. Why the fuck wouldn't you take it? Jesus. Damn, hold on. Why the fuck wouldn't you take it? He took out the context. Jesus. He doesn't even have the juicy. He doesn't even have me calling him a faggot in there. What is he doing? Don't you know how to clip anything, you embarrassing pile of garbage? Why the fuck wouldn't you take it? I need to retweet this. Jesus. This is great. Why wouldn't you include me calling you a faggot? Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that? What is wrong with these people? They're so bad at literally their entire lives. Everything they do is embarrassing. They're not good at anything. Oh, God, they wonder why no one... Look at it. 1,500 followers. But here's the thing. I bet they try really hard at Twitter. Here we go. By the way, Ricada Media, I regret to inform you that I am no longer flexible enough to perform the act you suggest. Sorry, I think I told them to go fuck themselves. Or whatever. Love the casual racism he tosses off. Gotta keep the chuds worked up to get those super chat bucks, I guess. What's the casual racism? What is it? Here we go. Let's get some casual racism. I love it. I had it custom... I customized the order. It took a bunch of weeks for it to come in. Made in Mexico, though, so it smells a little bit. But that being said, I really like it. Have you been to Mexico? They literally made my car in Juarez. Have you been there? It's a disaster. Oh my God. Have you been to Mexico? Jesus. Mexicans don't stink. Mexico does. Holy fucking hell. What is wrong with these people? All right, what do we got next? Oh, and Nick, should you decide to go after me for this thread, I will help you out with this head start. I'm really, really fat. I know. I know. You didn't have to tell me, you weirdo. It's coming through. The fucking lipids are seeping through my screen. My hair is blue and I wear glasses. I'm bi. Oh, fucking shock. I have depression and an anxiety disorder. Good. Get worse conditions. These weren't even here when I... Guys, look. Look, I can prove this. Here's the best part. I want you to understand how prescient I am. Okay, how do I do this? How do I do this? Look at this. There is no way. By the way, if you know how I operate on these live stream announcements, I post them first to locals. Let's see if we have this. Do we have the exact time on locals? Have the exact time? Come on, give me the exact time. Damn it. So locals doesn't have the exact time. But I post them first to locals, and then I copy and paste the locals into other social media platforms. So notice, at 9:26 p.m., 9:26 p.m., all right? This person posts, I'm really, really fat. Okay? Now, so I had to make this stream. I had to create the locals posts, and then I had to copy and paste the locals posts into Twitter. At the exact same minute, 9:26 p.m., I posted out tonight at 11 p.m. Central. Fat Mads are fat and mad. AOC went to war, Michigan, blah, 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 blah. Before they even posted their shit, I had titled this stream, Fat Mads are fat and mad. I nailed it. I nailed it. I knew it in my balls that this was a fat person. You know it automatically. Like I said, I had to wipe canola oil off the bottom of my desk because it was seeping out of my monitor. That should be an insult bingo right there. No, it's only... what do you play? 4 corners bingo? You need 5 slots, you weirdo. He's fucking charming. I am. Delightful. It takes a very particular skill set to become the favorite internet lawyer of the Twitter incel crowd. Oh, yeah. And then they post that weird thing. Okay, what is this? Oh, right. Look at these descriptions of these people. Kitties, snark, hater of the former guy. That's Trump, by the way. Geek, quilter, former music store manager. Former music store manager? All bots are reported. Don't try me. Don't try me. You have your Twitter account, your bio, is your chance to put anything up there. What's mine even say? Official Twitter account of Arcata Media LLC, company updates and banter available at no charge. There you go. You can put literally anything you want up. That's what they chose. That's what they chose to put on their Twitter bio. What's this one? Yarny. You got a quilter and a yarny. That's, I assume, someone who likes yarn. Artist, nerd, hot mess, gives good Twitter. Quoting Scalzi. Header art by Space Coyotle, she/her. Again, you can put anything in your Twitter bio that you want. That's what these two chose. A very wise decision. Yeah, don't watch my show. It's not for you. It was never for you. It's for people with soul, with comedy, with a smile in their heart and a penis in their hand. It's It's a show about jokes. It's a show about fun. These people haven't had fun in their entire lives. Don't watch. If you don't know how to have fun, if you don't know how to smile and laugh and revel in the lunacy of the world around you, please, dear Christ, get out! Get out! Gestapo, Nazis, communists, get out! No one wants you here. No one wants you anywhere. And that's why you have depression and anxiety, you fat fucking idiot. You're finding that out, aren't you? Finding out that people don't really want to be around you. Don't want to hear about your cats or your knitting project or whatever. They want you to talk about something fun. They don't want to hear about how today was just so hard because you had to confront white men on Twitter. They don't care. No one cares about you. And until you change who you are, no one's ever going to. They don't owe you their care. They don't owe you their interest. They don't owe you anything. Guys, let me give you a little bit of life advice here. We'll use the example of whatever that is. No one owes you attention. No one owes you admiration. No one owes you a word. No one owes you anything. Literally, in the United States, if you're dying on the street, no one is even required to stop and ask if you need a tissue to wipe up the tears of you crying about your own death. No one owes you anything in this world. If people don't want to be around you, you have one solution. There's only one solution. There's some options that you have, but I'm going to give you the only solution that exists. Change you. Change what's in here. Change what's out here. Change you. All this shit about be yourself, don't fucking be yourself. Yourself is clearly bad. If people don't want to be around you, if no one likes you or whatever, and the combination of you want to be around other people, you want to be liked, and like if you're good being alone, be alone. That's fine. Be you. That's great. If you want other people to like you, if you want to be around other people, if you want to fit into crowds, if you want to hang out, if you want to go to movies with people or go to coffee houses and not be thrown out for looking like a fucking heathen, you have to change you because they don't owe you any acceptance. Nobody has ever owed you acceptance, and nobody ever should. That's okay, by the way. Sometimes you don't want to be liked, right? Like these people, I don't want them to like me ever. If these people like me, I need to change everything I'm doing because these are the worst people on the planet. I don't want them to like me. But normal people that you encounter, these people are alone because they're busy demanding society like them for who they are. Not realizing that society's going to like who they like. They don't owe it to you or anybody else. Change who you are. There's plenty of options out there for you to be something different. All right, let's see. Snuggle Struggle says, hilarious how they bounce back and forth between calling it the grift and then spewing hate in order to compliment their ravings. Lol. Cannot hold these people accountable because they are disingenuous beyond measure. And of course, there's the other thing. I don't hate these people at all. They're irrelevant to me. I think they're stupid and goofy or whatever. Hate? Like, I've never even seen... The funny thing about this is, let's go back to this. I've never seen this person talk about me ever. I've never seen this Twitter account before today. So, like, my rants yesterday couldn't have been directed at this person because I don't know who they are. So, I mean, I guess they'll take on that mantle, but I've never seen them before. I don't know who they are. I'm talking about people like Catherine Tewson, Mike Dunford, these people who have accused me of literal crimes. If this person accused me of the crimes, then get in the fucking bus. That's fine. Get in the bus of people who are stupid. Great. Enjoy it. I'm sure you've been getting in buses full of stupid people your whole life. I can tell you aren't driving yourself. But that being said, like, they've taken on a mantle of some. It wasn't a rant intended for them. I'll gladly give it to them. They can just have it. They can have it all day. I'm not going to withhold my anger and ire at various people, but I don't have any hate for this person. I don't know them. I've never encountered them before. But if they want to take on the hate vicariously of other people, sure. But that's how irrelevant these people are. Like, who even are you? Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is great. I haven't read any. So this is what cirrhosis looks like. I guess. If this is what cirrhosis looks like, I don't know what people with real cirrhosis have. This whole thread gave me hemorrhoids. So that's Scotty follows me. So I think, 3 minutes ago, that's someone watching the stream. Good job, Scotty. D says, we do occasionally have someone, listen to these people. Listen to how they talk. We do occasionally have someone speed watch those streams. Yeah, it probably would be against TOS to act like an edgy, angsty tween yelling at strangers like that. It's not, though. It's not. That's the funny thing. Slurs and gamer words are actually just not monetizable. So. Scotty's at is the Titus beehole. Very nice. Very nice. Anyway, so this is part of it. Oh God, there's 12 replies to this one. 12 replies. Here we go. Nick is great, makes me laugh every night. Uh-oh. Straight up saw a murder on the mic, goddamn. He thinks about me a lot more than I reckoned. You comment on every tweet I make. Literally every. You've created fake other accounts to talk to yourself on my threads, you fucking idiot. Think about you. I see your fucking posts all day. If I tweet anything, you're there, being a fucking moron in the replies, pretending to be a lawyer. Like, I don't go to your page. I don't do anything for you ever. Everything I tweet, everything, you reply to it from 2 different accounts. I don't have to think about you. You inject yourself into my day constantly. Devin Nunes-Cal is not a Bedek Martin alt, no. And I guess he hates me because I don't give him clicks? No. No. Not any of the allegations he screams about, but because I don't watch his shitty YouTube channel? Threw his family under the bus for clicks? Cool. Nope. You know what I can't help but notice in this whole deranged rant? There's 2 seconds of rant here, by the way. They couldn't fucking clip it properly. In which he brings up every allegation he says we've lobbed at him and expresses in his characteristic bigoted style how mad he is that these things were said by people who won't watch his show. Well, I've called him a white supremacist and a white nationalist a lot, like many times, which is dumb. Because white nationalists and white supremacists don't actually like me because I'm a Jew, right? I'm a Jew with a jogger friend. I'm the worst white nationalist I've ever met, except for maybe Jim, who married an Asian. Like, white nationalists don't actually like this show. Because I said, hey, maybe Chauvin shouldn't have knelt on Floyd's neck and killed him. Like, that's been the take the whole time. I get pushback all the time from people because I'm not white nationalist enough. We had tweet slap fights over it. He doesn't mention that. I don't think we had a slap fight over it. I probably just called you a moron. Almost like he doesn't see those accusations as problematic. Throws his family under the bus for clicks, but not the racist. How did I throw my family under the bus? These people don't make any sense. They don't make any sense to me. The racism charges are meaningless. That's why. You call everybody a racist. Epicurious says Nick is Jewish. No, I'm not Jewish. People call me Jewish. It's a joke. Hell, I only watched bits and pieces of this stream and I still saw him being fucking racist. But nope, he needs to play victim. I've not been racist in my entire life. I'm like, it's amazing what racism has become. It really is. It's amazing what racism has become. Again, my best friends are literally black and Mexican. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm a bad racist. I'll try and be better, I guess. God, I guess maybe to prove I'm not I have to marry a black woman next or something. Like, what do I have to do to try and be racist enough to measure? I don't get it. I'm a fucking bad racist. I need to play victim. What victim? I'm not a... Where did they get this? That rant wasn't about me being a victim, you fucking morons. It was about you being fucking morons. The entire rant was about how stupid you are. I'm not a victim. I make more money than everyone in this thread combined by getting drunk and talking in a microphone. I got a PPP loan that exceeds Catherine Tewson's annual salary. What victim status do I have? What are you talking about? The whole purpose of this is that I'm not a victim, that you people are dumb. He still needs to please his fans, so he'll be the racist, misogynist, homophobe they crave. Yeah! Let's do it! Racism, misogyny, and homophobia 101. Here it goes! All while complaining about how hard life is on him, poor, drunk, and loud. Who said my life? Guys. What part of this is me complaining about how life is hard? I've said over and over, I make money having the best job of my entire life. I drink and say jokes, and I get paid a lot to do it. What the fuck? Where? They literally, it's 1984. It's 1984. They honestly, they have no idea. They don't process reality. They don't process reality at all. This year, I have bought a $4,500 camera for my show. That was basically unnecessary and everybody hates. I bought a hot tub. I bought a massage chair. Like, because YouTube, the YouTube gods have been good to the show. It's great. It's great. It probably won't last forever, but it's lasting right now. So I took advantage of doing some things that I've wanted to do my whole life. Hot tub and massage chair. They're awesome. And then the camera is a business expense because it's for the show. And that's fine. Trying to reduce the tax burden and all that stuff. But seriously, like, where Where have I said life is hard? What are we talking about here? Joseph Kerwin says, Twitter has no idea how to troll Nick. Fraud, shill, premature ejaculator. These words have no power. To see his smiling countenance crack, simply remind him of what he forgot to wash and prime his miniatures before painting them. You son of a bitch. I washed all of those with a toothbrush. Philip Yao, I haven't done hot tub streams yet, but when we do, I'll do the hot tub stream. Then I'll claim it as a business expense. These people are so weird. I'm concerned about him. He does not look well in comparison to when he started his show. Is he okay? I'm getting worse. Mr. Bentham says, please me, Daddy Nick. Lol, what's wrong with these people? I don't know. I'm going to go with no. I'm not okay. He seems really upset. I kind of feel bad for him. I'm the maddest person on the planet. My show is literally about being enraged. It's in the description. Ranting and raging at minor inconveniences is the description of the show. I complained for an hour about a guy using the wrong folding method on the sandwich slices. It's the show. He opened the bread wrong, and I spent an hour complaining about it. Do I have an anger issue? Probably. Jesus. They don't understand. If you missed it, when you get two slices of bread that are right next to each other out of a loaf, you open them like this, right? Because then when you close them, no matter where in the bread loaf they are, they necessarily must match. They must match because those two pieces were connected until a knife went through them. I went to a place the other day that did this. They folded them down like this. It doesn't make sense. So then when they put them together, it was the back of one bread and the inside of the other, and they didn't match because they went like this instead of like this. It was, why would you ever do that? This is the same. It's the same as when you go to Subway. It's when you go to Subway and you order a sandwich and they're like, do you want mayo? And you're like, yeah, sure, I want some mayo. And they squirt it on top. Who in their life has ever squirted mayo on the outside of a sandwich? Because on Subway, it's like a taco, right? Because they stopped doing the U-cut. If you don't remember the U-cut, you're too young and you need to go back in time. They stopped doing the U-cut where you put a boat of meat and then filled it with vegetables. That was the premium Subway sandwich. Now they just cut it part way down the middle and then they fill it with stuff and then they close it like a taco. It's now a fucking foot-long taco of bread. And then they squirt mayo on the top of the taco like it's crema. It's not crema, it's mayo. Mayo goes on the bread. You spread it on the bread, you Philistine degenerates. So every time I go to Subway, they're like, what do you want? And I'm like, well, I want a chicken sandwich or a cold cut trio or whatever. I'm like, I'd like some mayo, please. But can you put it on the bread before the meat? And they look at me as if I'm the idiot. As if I'm the idiot. Who? Put the mayo on the bread before the meat? What kind of sandwich witchery is this? Who at home has ever taken a piece of bread, slapped meat and cheese on it, and then slathered the mayo on top of that before putting lettuce on it? It doesn't make any sense. Why is this? I've been complaining about this for fucking 18 years. 18 years. It does not. Praz, it does not taste the exact same. How dare you? How dare you? Tebe cosplay. I put butter in my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches too. That's fine. All right. All right. My point in all this. He seems really upset. I am far more upset at the state of Subway sandwiches in 2021 versus where they were in 2008 than I am at anything else in the world. I have more anger and aggression towards Subway sandwiches and how they changed their sandwich making methods than I do about anything else. Bad bosses, periods of unemployment, shitty law professors, debt, the fucking unemployment crisis, the mortgage issue in 2008, bad stonk investments. I'm way more mad at Subway than anything else in my entire life. He seems mad. Bitch, you haven't seen me mad. You should have seen me in 2009 saying, no, you got to cut the gouge in the fucking bread like you used to. You take your knife and you run it down one side and then you run it down the other side in a V and you pull out the middle. How do you work at a Subway, but in your entire life leading up to this, you never went to a Subway? How did you do this? Because those were the worst people. Those were the worst people. It's not the people today. Look, the people working at Subway today are too young to remember the U-gouge. I'm talking about the people 6 months after the U-gouge was gone because they were copying Quiznos. Subway's a bunch of fucking cowards. They started cutting them in half and they started toasting their sandwiches because Quiznos was on the rise. But Quiznos is basically gone. It's hard to find a Quiznos nowadays because no one likes it. Everybody liked Subway and how they worked. And now they're just stuck with it. Brand loyalty wins. Quiznos is gone even though Subway tried to emulate them. But anyway, it was 6 months after the U-gouge was gone. People pretending like they've never bought a Subway sandwich in their life. What do you mean? What do you mean the U-gouge? It's like you just changed. You just changed this. What do you mean? What do you mean? You're 20 years old. You had a Subway sandwich in your life. I know you watched them peel the fucking guts out of the bread, put the meat in there, and then slap the thing on top like a stupid cake topper that doesn't fit. I know you did that. You're going to try and sit here and tell me you work at Subway, but you never in your life had a Subway sandwich. 20 years you went through life, you never had one. Then you're like, oh, I'll go work there. Those were the worst people on earth. Those were the worst people on earth. All right. I worry about his anger issues, to be honest. That doesn't seem healthy, especially with all the drinking he does on stream. He seems fine. Thank you, name please, K. Look at the concern trolling. These people aren't worried about me. These people have never... Why would they be worried about me? Of course they're not. It's a concern troll. It's embarrassing. I think his law degree comes from the watch a bunch of Law and Order episodes when Michael Moriarty was the lead school of law. For those reading at home, you're better off checking out Legal Eagle on YouTube. It's law you can use. Thanks, Gordon D. Here we go. Look, remember, all of these people have chosen this. New pulp writer, blogger, consultant, social change advocate, troublemaker, Mark's brother wannabe, pronouns he, his, him. My tweets are my own. Should never use law from any YouTube lawyer. Get your own. Exactly. Holy shit. This man is 10,000 ply. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. This man needs emotional stability as soon as yesterday. Here we go. Coach from Sinky Soccer Talk says of him, only Jeff can be wrong and right. It's like that turtleneck. So wrong, that blazer's so right. Never, ever have your fucking Twitter bio or any bio be something someone else said about you. If you have that, let me undo you. Let me undo you very quickly. What is Sinky Soccer Talk? Twitter home for the Cincinnati Soccer Talk website featured an unofficial fan podcast devoted to FC Cincinnati, hosted and produced by Nick Silbering. Oh, Christ. Creator of Sinky Talk, radio grad, 16-year podcasting veteran, founder of CST Media, host of Inside Jungle Pod, web producer. It's just it keeps getting worse. It keeps getting worse as we go. Look up Lol Tyler 1. He's a millionaire Twitch streamer and regularly has audiences of 40K. Watch how he acts. You don't understand that YouTube isn't for entertainment. Thank you, not Death Wish. It was much funnier with the full context. Twitter would ban him, though. I can hear the re-states away. Hashtag Nick and the boys. Nick is awesome. Oh, no. He's such a sick, pathetic POS. And to think he has daughters and teaches Bible study. I'm not kidding. I taught Bible study. I stopped teaching Bible study. They don't tend to like when you tell the kids to look at the Bible in a little bit of a different way. Funny thing is, most of these people would actually probably like the way I teach Bible study. But, you know, they can't believe it. What does one have to do with the other? Just because he enjoys shitting on Twitter weirdos doesn't mean he's not a good dad and can speak competently on scripture. Thank you. Whoa, Screech is trying so hard to be a dumber mix of Rush Limbaugh and Alex Jones. Oh, God, no. Why would I ever try to fill those shoes? Their shoes are unfillable. Alex Jones is unstoppable. Like, how could you even be Alex Jones? And why would anyone try to be Rush Limbaugh? No, I'm just me. Just a guy. And geez, I hadn't seen him in a while. He aged like curdled milk. You know what's funny? None of these people realize that I got a new camera and you can just tell that I'm older. They don't know. I'm coming through in higher definition. They actually, and this is the point, right? Like, this is the point I was making. None of these people watch my show. None of them. They have no idea what's going on. Let's do the test. This is Emerson Grant. This guy's an idiot. Vacation home of Emerson Grant, because that channel got banned. BLM, trans rights are human rights. They don't know. They don't watch the show. None of them. Yes, and I dig it. Nick's literally the best thing to happen to the internet. He will tell you the truth. Make you think about yourself while he does. We love you, Nick. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you. Look at this. Jesus Christ. Pull your lips off his butthole long enough to read a book. Beddick Martin is monitoring the thread actively. This is posted 4 minutes ago, 26 seconds ago. He has to. These people have nothing to do with their lives. They have nothing to do. All right. Gaming Elite, you sent me a Twitter DM, and that was rude. All right, here we go. We got to show the one more fat mad being fat and mad. Let me find it real quick.
Spurged about you because you cost him money.
I don't want it in full screen. That's terrible. Can I do this without... Okay, let's do it this way. Gotta figure something else out here real quick. This is the last segment, and then we'll go over to Twitch. Unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to get 2 movies in tonight because I decided to rant about sandwiches forever. I think I have an unhealthy problem with sandwiches. Let's see if I can figure this out. I get the... Nope. This one? Nope. This one? Okay, I think this'll work. Let me just do...
Nick Rosato spurged about...
Here we go. All right. Again, if you saw my rant last night, by the way, I think it was last night, I wasn't even talking about PPP at all, but PPP is an opportunist and needs validation from other people. Which is weird. He shouldn't need validation from other people. He's entertaining. He's cultivated a following, but he needs to latch on to other people's stuff. I don't know why he does this, because I think he's funny. I think he's funny, and he created something that was going really well or whatever. I haven't been following it, of course. I had him on the show, and then I haven't really followed him since, which is, it's not personal. I don't follow any of this stuff. I really don't. It's boring. It's cancerous to talk about drama all the time between the YouTube IBS community, which nobody even wants to be in. But that being said, someone sent me this, and PPP thought I was talking about him. I'll say it again. PPP, buddy, I think your shtick is funny. I wasn't talking about you. We've talked about this, but if you want to take it, that's up to you. But here we go. This is a fat mad being fat and mad. So here we go.
Nick Rosato spurged about you because you cost him money. I saw. He was crying from his anus, from his Jew wallet, from his wherever, spurging and whining about how he lost all this money. And, Ricada, I fucked you out of that money. You platformed me anyway.
How did you?
You platformed me anyway. And, there's this whole thing. Oh, my God. He took responsibility for it going down. Oh, you saw from T-Clips. Maybe you did. Probably not, because nobody even gives a fuck. And it's...
No, I wasn't. I didn't watch T-Clips. I wasn't talking about you, fatso. I wasn't talking about you at all. I don't know why I would. We've figured this out between you and me. Do you remember? Why are you like this? Why are you so fucking autistically stupid that you don't understand basic things? You and I talked. We talked about all this. It's long gone. I don't care. You had your thing. You did your thing. It's fine. Came on my show. You did a weird thing at the end of my show, but we talked about that too. It was fine. I don't get this. I didn't mention you. I didn't talk about you. I don't know why I would. you clearly didn't do this, so it's not you I'm talking about. But okay. I thought you said you saw it, but I do forget sometimes that PPP has a bit of the tism and doesn't catch nuance or sarcasm or anything like that. So okay, I guess I was talking, but I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about literally the retards that post on Kiwi farms, because there are smart Kiwi farmers and there are retarded Kiwi farmers. That's the nature of an internet forum. You've got people who understand basic things and you've got people who don't and still talk about it. That's who I'm talking about. To my knowledge, PPP isn't on Kiwi farms. So I necessarily couldn't have been talking about him. But okay, all right.
It's pretty irrelevant. I shouldn't even give it big dog time. But you know, I have big dick energy, so I'm going to give it some time. I'm going to give it some time here. Look, folks, who gives a fuck? New Project 2 going down was based as fuck. I wish I was responsible. I mean, the reality is it's Vordrak who did it. It's Vordrak who did it. But, you know, I like to think that in my small way, I helped fuck those grifters in the ass so that they couldn't make another fucking penny from Dick Masterson's money laundering Chinese scheme.
So there you go. There you go. Apparently the fat mad is still fat and mad. But okay. I guess. But weird things, man. Yeah, I still think it's lame that people took down New Project 2 because it was taken down on a faulty premise, and the people on Twitter literally don't understand, or not on Twitter, on Kiwi Farms, literally didn't understand like how silly it was to have a payment processor be a payment processor facilitator be a money laundering scheme. It's not a functional money laundering scheme. It's about, you would have to be a moron to work it like a money laundering scheme. But, you know, it's gone. By the way, I make more money now from locals and Patreon than I made from Patreon and New Project 2. It's the cycle. It goes. But it doesn't change the fact that it was stupid. Very, very stupid. And that people were wrong about how it operated. And people were wrong about the weird conspiracy over, like, Dick Masterson knows your social security number. It's like, I guess you've never been 1099'd? I don't know. Whatever. I guess that's a thing. I don't know. These people are fucking weird. They're all weird. I don't get it. But why is PPP still focused on this, Nicole? Like, without a hint of irony, not a joke in my heart. Autism. Not internet autism, not any other kind of, like, not like a niche joke autism, legitimate autism. PPP is clearly autistic. He doesn't understand nuance, he doesn't understand jokes, and that was evident in the conversations I had with him, where he talked about various, I don't even remember what they were, but if you go back and you watch the interview that I had with him, we had a nice cordial talk for most of it, but then he started bringing up stuff as that was clearly jokes, as if it was real things. He honestly doesn't understand. He doesn't understand reality in the same way that someone without his condition does. And that's not his fault. Like, he's not at fault for it. Doesn't make him a bad guy. But you start to realize that when you talk to him and when you watch his stuff and how he talks about things where he literally does not understand jokes. And that's okay, I guess. It's part of what makes him entertaining, I think. And that's fine. That's not a slam or anything else. I really don't. I wish PPP the best. I wish him the best. I wish he wasn't mad. Weird to be mad about my rant when it wasn't directed at him at all. But okay. That's fine. But yeah, I'd probably have him on the show again. I don't know what we'd talk about, but I don't have any bad beef with PPP. So, but you know, you should wish he wasn't fat. But so there, he needs to just, I don't know what, I don't understand. The rant was directed at other people pretty clearly, but okay. Why does he hate Jews? That's a question you'll have to ask him. I don't know. I think I missed a whole bunch of... No, I didn't. Thank God. I thought I missed a whole bunch of chats. Nix Hex says, how to speak Greenlandic. Pualal Uinarpurupunga. I really am fat. Dude, I don't know how to pronounce any of these fucking words. Greenlandic is a ridiculous language that should be shuttered into the history books. Did he mistake the PPP loan for himself? He might have. I don't know. I have no idea. But whatever. He has more to the video. I'm not going to show the rest. But it's fine. I didn't know he still had a chance. Like I didn't know he was still going. I hope he's successful. I hope he gets viewers and stuff like that, because he's an entertaining individual. He's a very entertaining individual, and if people like him, they should watch him. All right, let's do the chats here. Talk about your boy Zach. What about your boy Zach? Am I supposed to talk? I don't know what's going on. I think his $4.99 book or whatever is coming out. Anyway, we're going to do the chats and then we'll go. Guys, I have picked... We're going to watch Savage Streets tonight on the Twitch. We're going to watch Savage Streets tonight on the Twitch. Linda Blair, high school, violence. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's the perfect 80s teen movie. That's what we're going to watch tonight. But in the best way. Seriously, don't let that turn you off. When I say the perfect 80s teen movie, I mean it. Don't forget it's the 80s. Kyle133 says, hey, Nick, decided to go to Anime Matsuri. Are you doing a panel? Yes. If so, do you know what day it'll be? No. Thanks for the many hours of content. I got to talk to actually the organizer of Matsuri and give him the panel information so he can tell me what day everything is. As soon as I know, I'll announce it. He actually texted me today. I haven't texted him back because I wasn't in a good place to do so. But I'm going to text him back and let him know what's going on, who's on the panel. Looks like we're going to have Yellow Flash, Star Wars Girl, and Cecil. And I think the panel is going to be woke entertainment, how the culture war is destroying or not woke entertainment. It's it was going to be called The Awakening, how the culture war is destroying the entertainment industry. That's what it was. So that's who I believe will be there. Cecil, Anna, Yellow Flash, and me. And then streamed, I don't know. I got to check. But yeah, it should be a fun panel. We'll have an hour to burn through some topics and have a good time. Fic Nuentes says, hey, Nick, sorry you missed the Nick versus Barnes debate. Here's a quick recap of the debate if you'd like. Oh, Christ, what is this?
Islamo.
Here we go. Here's this is. I'll just play the audio.
Islamofascism. Islamofascism, Islamofascism, Islamofascist, Islamofascism, 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 Islamofascist, the Islamofascist, Islamofascism, Islamofascist, Islamic fascism, your Islamic fascist, Islamofascism, Islamofascist, 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 in Islamofascism, Islamofascism, Islamofascism. Islamofascism, Islamofascist, Islamofascism, but they're all Islamofascist. The problem is Islamofascist. Islamofascism, Islamofascism, and Islamofascist, Islamic fascism. Islamofascism, Islamofascism, Islamofascist, Islamofascism, Islamofascism, Islamo.
So there you go. That was 37 seconds of Barnes saying Islamofascism, which must have been a big theme of his argument at the debate. If Hero Hay can't do it, what about Lord Nuxanor? Do what? The panel? I haven't talked to Hero Hay. I think he might be going to Anime Matsuri. I don't think Nux is going to Anime Matsuri. Go to ASEN? I'm not invited to ASEN. I might even be banned from ASEN. You got to understand that a lot of these conventions don't want me there at all. Felipe Move, no. Ui99 says Kintaro Miura didn't kill himself. Silky Johnson says, if I had to guess, I'd say Donkey Teeth AOC dealt with as much semen as you'd find in a gay bathhouse shower drain in her life. And as shameful as it is, I'd totally smash it, the titties and the crazy eyes. And you know she'd be a great lay because she's insane. Tess, not on holiday, says AOC has effectively been to war, not because she was in D.C. on the 6th, but because she probably gave a fat dude a blowy for half a sandwich, which essentially puts her in the same league as an American veteran, war veteran post-Nam. Damn. Siren Jack says, Kermit the Lemoyne. Oh, for Pete's sake. AOC will be fine. Someone just needs to feed her a carrot. Put a towel over her head and lead her through the city while she's pulling Scarlett O'Hara's carriage. I don't know if that's Kermit Lemoyne, but I tried. Okay. Malik says, you know what I like about being a black man? Get to be as racist as I want, and the lefties just kind of clench their jaw and look away. Nobody's up in arms or anything. I also don't have to apologize for a goddamn thing I do anymore. Let's see. Brings Dabbity from 4chan says, yes, people still go to 4chan. 5 of us from the /M board just released a fan translation of Super Robot Wars GameCube after 8 years of work. It's the first ever fan translation of a GameCube game. It's available now on romhacking.net. Get it now, weebs! So there you go. That's someone from 4chan. So thank you for that. Bad Dragonite says, thoughts on the Senate voting on cat girls? I have not heard of this. I have no thoughts on it. Manly Man Fan says, so if I, a 20-something female, wanted to marry a 20-something manly mutant to keep up with my drive, would his drive go down after 25? No. I'm waiting until marriage and want to make sure my man could handle all this pent-up drive without hurting himself. Here's the thing. Guys are going to have a daily limit on how much they can produce, if you will. And that daily limit is going to go down a little bit as they get used to you. But it's going to replenish the next day, no matter what. So, but yeah, like a guy, look, a guy's only going to be able to do so much on the average day, and a woman with a high sex drive will outdo a guy's ability to do anything after a little bit, and that's going to change as they get, as they get older and get used to each other. But yeah, no, at the beginning you'll be fine. Just give him a bunch of vitamin E and Gatorade or whatever. Meximan and Cheese says, what you said was very interesting. Late 90s jokes about black people making fun of white people have become a reality. Same thing with dudes posing like chicks for pictures. It went from joke to lifestyle. Yep. Pajama Man says, yeah, after 4 to 5 times shooting air. Look, after five times in a day, the guy just needs an ice pack and a beer and he'll be ready in the morning. Just leave him be. It's fine. And his 5 times should be yours like 25 times. So don't even worry about it. You'll be dehydrated too. Meximan, she says, same with the jokes people used to tell about being against gay marriage, making fun of them for saying it leads to trans kids, but they were right. This is the true power of humor and why the right isn't allowed to be funny. Our jokes are never taken as. It just says as. Shadows King says, why would you ever hate these Twitter retards when just pointing and laughing at them literally makes you money? Damn, I wish I had this job. It's the best job on the planet. Again. It's the best job on the planet. Kermit the Frog says, how to annoy Nick 101. Number 1, tell him to wash it with warm soapy water. 2, put a period outside of the quotes. 3, mess up his sandwich. And 4, and finally to ask the balls or no balls question. That's correct. Shadows King 101 says, a bit hypocritical for you to decry the unemployment crisis when you yourself destroyed the economy by taking that PPP loan. True. Very true. Kool-Aid Man says, oh yeah, Nick the Vlasic Pickle Stork and I got a sweet grift set up. He flies in and gets the mommies all hot and ready to bang. He blows out the candles and I blow out the back. 9 months later, after the father allegations, he sues and we collect that cash. Thank you, Kool-Aid Man, for that. That was weird, but acceptable. Thank you. What do we got here? My Room Record says you don't have enough guests. Get me on Chad Dads. I haven't had a Chad Dad stream in like a year, man. Ziggy, the only dad I've talked to in the past year is Doug. I haven't talked to Ty in months. I haven't talked to Larry in forever. And I love those guys, so I want to talk to him more. Ziggy Mandar says I only watch Ken if he gets to analyze Nick. Wick Dipper says I nominate AOC for Iron Cross and Order of Lenin. No one important says, so I heard via the quartering that due to Minnesota's cop shortage, ironically, they are asking citizens to protect themselves. Thoughts? Yeah, I've talked about this a couple times. They actually don't ask citizens to protect themselves. They ask citizens to just give up whatever they have because no cops are coming. So they're like, if you're getting robbed, just please give your stuff to the person. Todd Bottom. Oh, wait, I read that one. Not So Handsome Jack says, Nick can open a pickle jar. Are you Superman? Yes. He also says, hey, Nick, have you seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? No. It's probably the straightest anime you'll ever see, especially Season 5 Golden Wind. Stop lying. Stop lying. I've seen enough JoJo clips to know that is not true. Tengen Ken says, you're thinking of Goro Miyazaki, Nick. He's the Ghibli director, Hayao Miyazaki's kid. I don't even remember what that's in reference to. Blasphemous Atheist says, my favorite manga is Tower of God. Author went on hiatus due to health issues right when the anime dropped. Hasn't written a new chapter in almost a year. RIP! Getting the Hunter x Hunter treatment. Sorry, bud. Automata says, you better text Drexel that smash or pass. No. Monica's personal fucking fiancé says, hey, Nick, I don't know if you heard the news, but someone famous recently died. I believe it was a YouTube channel called Ricada Law. Maybe Uncivil Law or Viva Frey will finish covering the Vic case. CJ says, Presley equals Mike Obama without his wig. CJ says, in the 80s, the men had the most violent bangs. John and Mel Gerard says, AOC got trauma from fire drills. The gray one says, evening, Nick, how you been? Great. I apologize for my absence. Yeah, how dare you, but I forgive you. Month kind of sucked and is continuing to. Hope you've been better than I have been. Oh man, that sucks. You're supposed to tell me that you haven't been here because you're doing awesome things, like have an amazing job and you're really busy and you're making a bunch of money. Sorry to hear that your month sucks, buddy. Really sorry to hear that. It'll turn around though. It'll turn around. Cyril Foxity says, for some people trying to be hot, you have to launch them into the sun. Cool Frog says, it is like asking someone to work overtime Sunday or mandating it. Ask and I will gladly do so. Mandate it and I will show up but not work. Yes. When I worked at Wells Fargo, they mandated we stay after work on some days and do cold calls. Can you imagine? You get a cold call from some fucking banker. Hello, would you like to hear about our checking account and savings account options? How about a home equity line? Click. Burp. My boss mandated that I show up to do cold calling at Wells Fargo, but my boss wasn't going to stay the night. Wasn't going to stay the night. We had to, but the boss left. So I brought Atlas Shrugged and sat at my desk and read, and I didn't pick up the phone once. And my coworker's like, what are you doing? You're on camera. And I said, yeah, fuck them. I'm going to sit and read. I'm not calling people in the evening to talk about banking products ever. Ever. Never am I doing that. What the hell is this? So I just sat and read my book. Like 3 hours we had to sit there. Like 5 to 8 during people's dinners. Jesus. TG says, I don't know how the fuck I got here, but obviously I'm loving it. Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you, TG. The anime guy says, AOC and her cronies are the actual hellgashed. They just forgot the big black scary has masks that look German. Not so handsome Jack says, take a look at Mr. Cry Me a Fucking River. Grow up. Alex SPQR says, Nick over here having a fantastic premonition about the circumference of jury. Keep up the good work, mate. I don't even know what that means. What's jury? Rustin Badger says, I cannot change minds. I'm merely a witness. I love you, Nick, but Red Bar is the GOAT. I shall continue to watch both. Peace. You should watch Red Bar. I need to talk to that guy at some point. I think he reached out to me. I haven't gotten back to him because I haven't gotten back to any. Everybody knows this. I'm the worst getting back to people on the planet. But he reached out. Turns out it was like he was just shitting on Chrissy Mayer, I guess, because he hates her. And like everybody on stream, he was just shitting on them because they were with her. I don't know. He reached out and said something. I don't have any problem with Red Bar. Mike or whatever. Cyril Foxity says, fun for them is copy and pasting their doctor Google symptoms into Twitter bios. Dead inside. Dalacourt says, hating these people requires them to be in any way important to begin with. Persona non grata says, hey, Nick, just wanted to say hello. Great stream tonight. Peace and love. Hey, hello. Thank you. Thank you. Peace and love back to you. Jason Stevens says, Nick, please remind me about the sandwich. Angry Baneling says, what's a U-cut, Nick? Does anything in your country work? Does a single thing in your country work? So, a Subway sandwich is like a baguette, kind of. A loaf of bread. A U-cut, they would cut a U-shape cut into, so if you looked at it head on, the U cut out of the top. And so then that channel of bread would be removed, and then you've got like a U-shaped bottom. And you would put the sandwich bits in the bottom, and then you'd put the like veggies on top, and then you would put the bread chunk, like the channel of bread would go back on the top of the bread. So you had an even distribution of toppings throughout the whole sandwich. It was smart. It was smart. The mic was too far. Okay. Well, the chat's taking care of it. Is a U-cut. The U-cut is not a sandwich abomination. Stop it. It was beautiful. All right, anyway. CJ says, everyone knows mayo mustard is sandwich glue. I do not like mustard, but I like mayo, okay. Architect of Fate says, I put mayo on the outside of the outside. I've also layered a burrito vertically instead of horizontally. I need to meet you at a barbecue sometime. Why would you do this to a sandwich or a burrito, though? How do you not like mustard? I'm not a fan of the flavor. That's all. Don't really like it. Pastor Flash says, you heathen, what is a U-gouge? Go get a roll and show us peasants here in Australia. Subway workers have always cut the roll in half. No, they have not. How are you like this, chat? How are you like this? Why does Pastor Flash exist? Subway has always cut the bread in half. No, they have not. Oh, he's from Australia. That explains it. It's all okay. Okay, Fed. I got it. Sorry, you're glowing from here. I can't read the rest of the chats because Pastor Flash is still in it. All right. Wolfgang Deo says, people never watch my show is incorrect because we pass clips around. They have no conception that clips are easy to make look bad. Idiocy. Wolfgang says, I worry about his anger issues, to be honest. Yokahuna says, check your Twitter DMs, Grift King. Oh God. Oh God, what's in them? What is this? Okay. Here we go. Yokahuna sent this to me. So I guess I'll show it on stream real quick. Thank you, Yokahuna. Thank you. This is me being fed like a baby, apparently. Thanks, you punk. Okay. Ryan79 says the autism is still strong with this one. Wolfgang Deo says llama fascism. He also says Epstein was abducted by aliens, still alive. Fighting Slug says, have you heard anything about masks at Matsuri? I've not. I'll try and ask when I text the owners tomorrow. Samurai Knight says, not sure if you heard, but Kentaro Miura passed. God damn it. John Q says he opened the bread wrong is a great idea for a shirt. John 1 says, how big is your house? How many beds and bathrooms? My house is just shy of 5,000 square feet, 49 something. There are 4 bathrooms. There are 3.5 bathrooms. 4 bedrooms, sorry, 3.5 bathrooms. I guess is the answer. So there, yeah. It's a big house, yeah. I live out in the country, so it's like a lot less expensive to live out here, but it's a very nice house, yeah. I bought it at the I bought it at the end of 2018. I bought it right before the Vic saga blew up. The Vic saga blew up in what February of 2019. So I got it then. How many acres? 8. A lot of it's swamp, though. But it's 8. Wolfgang Deo says, what the fuck subway have you been to with the U-cut? Lies. Every subway before like 2008. No, before like 2004, I guess it was. It was before I went to college. Every subway before I went to college. Skeet shooting stream when? As soon as I get everything figured out. CJ says, just started video editing again. Can't wait to edit that sandwich you cut demonstration to something entertaining. Not So Handsome Jack says, get ready, Nick. The 10 Commandments of Flashcast. Seville says, Subway got rid of U-cuts because cucks cut themselves. Michael Bomer says, the U sandwich sounds similar to the way you make a chicken Kiev. Angry Baneling says, Nick, Kentaro Miura passed away this month. R.I.P. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of it. Dex Luther says, drink Pedialyte to come like they do in porn. Malik Foxon says, dude, cold calling is like letting your soul flee your body every time you hear that clicker and someone cucks you out of finishing your sentence, or some old guy or lady making you feel dirty when you aren't sure if they understand the fine print. And Malik also says, oh, hey, did you catch any news on that class action suit with the dude suing Apple for banning him from the store because he couldn't view any of the products he purchased? Did it turn out boring? I didn't get to follow it all that close. I just caught the initial news. I haven't followed up with it. Oh, Wolvenar, have you done it? No. No. Oh, my God.
Hi, I'm Stav, former sandwich artist, and yesterday...
Here we go, guys. Here we go, boys. We're doing it live.
Hi, I'm Stav, former sandwich artist, and yesterday on the show I was talking about Subway and how they cut their bread.
Go back to the V-cut. Should never have gone
U-gouge.
away. U-gouge. Sorry, the U-gouge.
And you're not wrong. And now I'm going to show you...
Listen to this. Listen to this, you fucking fake Australians. These are even Australians. Well, I'm not wrong. I'm going to cut the U-gouge, right? I'm going to tell you about the U-gouge, not the V-cut, the U-gouge. Here we go. Here we go. They're Australian.
What they're doing wrong and how they should be doing it. It's called the U-gouge. This is how they cut it now. Straight down the middle, open her up, put all the stuff in there.
Garbage.
Smush. Not good.
Garbage.
Here's how they should do it. Here's how they did it in my day. Down the top, around here, hence the name U. Turn it around, back this way. Another U here.
Yes.
Then you take out the middle.
Look at this.
You lay all your delicious Subway fillings inside. Cheese
Oh
first,
my God,
then
Jesus
the meat,
has returned to
then the
Earth.
rice, then all the rest of it, whatever you want, sauces, sauces, sauces. Then you put the top back on like it's hot. Away you go. Or cut it in half because it's a... Ta-da. Easy. Change it, Subway.
Look at that. Look at that. That is what it is. That is the U-gouge. That is the best. That is the only way you can cut a Subway sandwich. You Australians out here sending me fake Australian money. Like, oh no, the U-gouge doesn't exist, mate. And we never even had it. Rise up, lads. No U-gouge in our country. We're a fake fucking continent, you know. Squally, bumbadicks, bullocks. I don't even know what weird things Australians say. Kangaroo, a wallaby, or whatever. No, it existed in Australia, and that fucking beautiful man just showed you. Sean Clark, yes, it looks weird because the right thing doesn't look right until you experience it. Okay. Almond John 1 says, sir, Gonna need you to give that 5,000 square foot house to a people of color. I let Drexel stay here all the time. What are you talking about? Angry Bailey says, Nick, have you got an update on Vic's case yet? Shadows King 101 says, they're Australian, so by extension, the U-gouge isn't real. Checkmate, Jew. King Boom, you figured it out. Yeah, the U-gouge looks like it takes high IQ points to perform. You don't know how many breads I have sent back to inappropriate, incompetent U-gouge performers. Like, that's not actually cutting the sandwich. Try again. Throw that in the trash. You failed. Do it over. CJ says, Nick, you said it yourself. He's from Australia. That means it's just a figment of your imagination. Facts. Pastor Flash says, he was and is a fake Australian. We never U-gauge. There you go. Drexel's chin is good. It's all better now. He was on the show the other day. All right, guys. There we go. That's the show tonight. Angry Baneling says, I only torch you because I love you. No homo. Come over to Twitch. We're going to watch Savage Streets. I thought this was going to be a short show. I was low energy tonight. You guys ramped me up. You do every night. Every time I come in, I'm like, oh, God, guys, I'm kind of tired. Don't really have much agenda. And then I start talking. You guys are interacting with me. You're like, oh, you stupid boomer. And suddenly, I'm like, sandwiches aren't made right in the United States. And you get me ramped up. So thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. We 99 says, peace. And Yashkin says, sandwiches are great, man. I'm going to go start some ramen during this outro so I can finish it real quick right when we start up the Twitch show. I'll see you guys in just a minute. 1K shot. Oh, yes. Here's the rest of the 1K shot. It's right here. Cheers to you guys. I was drinking tonight. I was drinking Balcones, Texas single malt whiskey. So thank you for that. There you go, guys. Catch you tomorrow with Adam Krigler, Adamcast IRL. Don't miss the show. We're going to have a fun time. It's going to be good. Very relaxed. We'll talk about whatever. I don't even know the subjects. It doesn't matter. It's going to be Adam Krigler. It's going to be a good show. And we'll get him to be a little bit edgier than normal. And we'll talk about the futa or whatever. All right, guys. Catch you then. Have a good night. Peace.
Oh, he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some lost-plaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes meta, raging at idiots from Twitter and Erland. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an Ardbeg, a Balmore, a Lafroig. The spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear lost-plaining tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we are now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Doug T to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcased unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea, post on Twitter as we hear Lost Planning tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the thought better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law.
Go home! Oh my god!